athlete.
Simone Biles is about to be taken on the ride of her life astrologically.
And the culture.
I'm Matt Rogers.
And I'm Bowen Yang. We're the two guys.
Listen to Two Guys, Five Rings on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app, search Two Guys, Five Rings, and start listening.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. New South Window lives Florida weather, and that's why our windows and doors are designed to take on severe hurricanes and the most intense heat. They're built and installed by us, meaning better value and a lifetime guarantee for you. Give your family security that lasts a lifetime. Get New South proud.
When you buy more, you can save more. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
This is Steve Kramer. Let me tell you a business secret. There are sketch companies out there selling awards. Make sure the awards earned by your lawyer are from respected organizations. At Trendley Kramer Law, our lawyers have been recognized by Orlando Magazine Best Lawyers, Florida Trend Legal Elite, Super Lawyers, and listed in U.S. News as a best law firm for years. We've earned the awards that can't be bought. Trendley Kramer, TK Law, one firm for life.com.
Hey there, homeowners. Russ Rollins here. Are you tired of staring at a cold, unused pool? It's time to make a change. Spring is the perfect time to add solar heat to your pool and enjoy it year-round. Solar Source customers, they enjoy family time, nighttime pool parties, movie nights, birthdays, and even low-impact workouts. Don't let your pool be a monthly expense with no enjoyment. Schedule a free consultation from solarsource.com/monsters. Remember, friends of Russ Rollins save even more money.
Wouldn't it be nice if making decisions was easier? With Xfinity, you have one less decision to worry about. Just say what to watch into your Xfinity voice remote to see editors' picks and find what's new. You can even search by genre or mood. You can also find the ultimate dance soundtrack and play all your favorite music and artists on iHeartRadio to get the party started right in your living room. So you can skip the endless scroll and get right to the good stuff.
The door to your happy place is right around the corner at Shipley Donuts. With more than 60 varieties to choose from, Shipley Donuts serves freshly made delights daily. Visit us today at 2255 South Cimarron Boulevard.
Don't let spring allergies make you miserable. Try the quick, drug-free solution trusted by over 4 million people, Navage. Only Navage uses suction to flush out your sinuses using refreshing saline, helping you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. And here's even better news. Navage is now available at your local Sam's Club in a great new value pack. It's everything you need to start breathing better immediately at Sam's guaranteed best price. Navage, Navage, breathe easy.
So Orlando, you may have heard the used car market is changing, but John Clay Wolf is bullish on used cars right now. It's simple. GiveMeTheVin.com will pay you the most money for your used car, period. More than a written CarMax offer, more than your dealer, more than your brother's best friend, Joey. It's that simple. If you don't believe me, read the thousands of reviews online. Just click on GiveMeTheVin.com and get your check on the spot. Selling your car, truck, or exotic has never been easier at GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
In this week's Marketers Report, Angela Zapata, CMO Hyundai Motor America, discusses measuring audio.
The measurement capability within audio, I think, surprised all of us. We have seen a huge return on our investment. Seeing real numbers has helped us continue to invest.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the data, audiences, and influencers you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most most viral stories of the day. The news junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Thursday, August 1st, 2024. Lots to get to today, from the Olympic gender drama to scientists say this chimp can speak English, and Elon Musk wants to fight the president of Venezuela. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Howdy-ho.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Thursday?
Good. Ready to party. How are you?
All right. I felt it today. Seemed like you guys were well rested.
I did it harder because you bitched about it yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want the phoniness,
we
man.
don't want Daddy
It's
trying
not
to get
phony.
mad.
I was fine yesterday, too, but you were whining about it.
I was not fine. However, I did get some good sleep.
Good.
That Sahara desert sandstorm that's above us has me taking Benadryl at 7, so I was night-night by like 9 p.m. It was sick.
Yeah, I am not a fan of whatever's happening with that. I'm on
It's
4 allergy pills now.
Oh, wow.
I took 4 this morning because yesterday I was like, as my throat was quitting. I don't know, Zyrtec or something, whatever I take.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. But I took 4 of them because I was like, I can't keep clearing my throat during the show because my allergies are so bad. So apologies, everybody. I'm drugged up on account of you. And
Wait, you took 4 Zyrtec?
Yeah.
Are you going to make it through the show? That Zyrtec used to make me sleepy, man.
Now I'm drowsy.
No. Yeah, mine's not. It doesn't make me drowsy, I don't think.
4 Zyrtec is child's play for me.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to try Allegra. That's that horse pill.
That'll get you?
Oh,
okay.
yeah, buddy.
I know this. Courtney has been hopped up like a champion as of late. She is drinking one of those Celsius drinks every single morning, the one that got my heart pounding 800 miles an hour. She now wakes up and she's like, all right, I have my morning Celsius here. She kicks it open and it doesn't barely do anything to her. She had an iced coffee and a Celsius, and I was like, aren't you going crazy? She's like, nah. Don't even feel it. Okay, fine, I guess.
But you don't drink a lot of caffeine. Does she drink a lot of... No?
She says it doesn't affect her. I've seen this woman do this before, C-Len. I swear to you. I've seen her drink an iced coffee with sugar in it and then have a Celsius and then go, I'm going to take a nap real quick. Okay. I don't understand it. I think...
Did you check her heart rate? I mean, I imagine you could just see it from far away.
She says it doesn't do anything to her. Wow. She's like, maybe it makes me a little more awake, but I don't know. She's got some weird power there. All right, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Where Trump was back out near the place where he got picked off by the sniper on the rooftop. And he's given his big, triumphant Pennsylvania return speech.
This is right after the big 1-hour conversation.
Yeah. The National Association of Black Journalists, the very heated confrontation that went on there. Nobody knows who won that, because I saw some of the people from the NAB and they were like, this is a travesty. He was able to go dunk on us on the stage for an hour. And then I saw people like, Trump looked terrible for an hour. And Trump did this. And I was like, everybody has like 8,000 different opinions on this. I just thought it was pretty explosive and kind of exciting in a weird way.
Oh, yeah.
You know why? Because how many times do you see something that unscripted in politics? I don't think you see it that much anymore. Biden goes up there. He's got his little sheet, and he looks at, this reporter's going to ask me this question. I'll read this script off or whatever.
Didn't say hello. How are you?
That was my favorite line.
That's my favorite line. But
very nasty, very disgraceful.
He had that one supporter. He had the one supporter in the back who'd be like, woo!
What? My favorite, that was second favorite. Top one was like, and then she's a black person.
All of a sudden.
Oh, it was gold. It was gold. Good for us, at least.
After that, Trump went to Pennsylvania and went back to the state where he got shot in the ear.
Yeah, double check all the roofs.
I don't know if they looked at all the rooftops. He was inside this time.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
he's like in an arena type area where they've told him, Trump, you could speak here. The outside stuff is too hard for us to secure. People want to blast your other ear off, and we can't allow that right now. And so he's given his speech, and of course, he started talking about the economy and all the steps that he was going to take to tamp down inflation and talk about bringing Americans together and uniting them as one American people. No, I'm just kidding. He talked about this stuff. Here he is. Let's go to Pennsylvania.
Because I'm being indicted for you. Did you like my mugshot? Did you like the mugshot? Lovely.
Lovely.
My father's looking down, my mother and father, they're looking down because they're definitely in heaven. They made heaven.
They made heaven.
They made heaven. That's it. That's the goal.
It's like making the varsity team. They made heaven.
Oh, God, they made heaven, he says. So he goes on, he's talking about his mugshot.
They're looking down, they said, I can't believe my son took a mugshot. This is unbelievable. But it's the #1 selling mugshot in history. It beat Elvis, and it beat Frank Sinatra. Did you know that? Frank Sinatra had a big...
It beat him. It's the #1 selling mugshot.
Selling where?
I don't know.
Everywhere. How many things have you seen with Trump's mugshot on it? It's everywhere.
Shirts. I've seen people get an
Of
autograph.
course, but I can also go to Google Images and print it out and not pay anything.
Yeah, you can get a freebie.
I don't understand where you get the stats. Greatest ratings mugshot.
Yes, this goes exactly to what C-Lane said yesterday. And this is why, like, so many people don't actually understand Trump. So many people don't know who he is, what his motivations are. They're like, Trump is this, Trump is... So many people do not understand him. That expresses an understanding of who Trump is. Trump cares about... he doesn't care about his approval rating, but he cares about ratings that he can look at, like how many people watched my speech, how long did Trump do a whole thing about how many people were at his inauguration? Do you remember that?
My God,
the inauguration?
absolutely.
That's who he is as a person. That's what he cares about. And here he's like, he doesn't care that he got a mugshot. It's the most popular mugshot in the world. It's more popular than Frank Sinatra and Elvis, and that's what's important to him.
Follow-up question that will never be answered. How is he getting these stats so quickly?
Probably
we do the radio, and we don't get our ratings immediately.
Takes a while.
It does take a week or a month or a quarter, but he seems to get those stats almost.
I like to think there's an aide who's part of Trump's team, and he's like the good news aide, and he just makes stuff up. Like he just goes.
2 billion people. Trump.
TV ratings are a lot quicker than radio ratings are, and so
mugshot ratings, I don't know.
I am 100% certain that a lot of this stuff he just pulls out of thin air, and no more certain than that his mugshot's the best-selling mugshot of all time. Now he names some pretty popular mugshots. That Frank Sinatra mugshot is everywhere.
Yeah, it's cool.
People put it in posters in their rooms and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, those are. I've never thought of putting together a list of the best-selling mugshots of all time.
Is there a list?
I don't think there is. There is in Trump's head.
I like to think that, you know how there's a bar called Tropical Isle in New Orleans on Bourbon Street. It's famous for its hand grenade drinks.
I've heard of it. Blacked out over there.
Yeah, I have many times. And there's a thing up in the corner of the bar. I don't know if I've ever seen it actually go off, but it says that when it goes off, fireball shots are like $2 or something, right? And it like it lights up, and there's all kinds of things going on, and there's noises galore, and it's a spectacle. I like to think there's something in Trump's office like that, and then this aide runs in, and he's like, Mr. President, you just passed Frank Sinatra on the mugshot ratings. You are skyrocketing right now.
Mommy and Daddy made it to heaven, and they're so proud.
And then he goes out, and then all is quiet again. And then the light goes on again. Oh my God, Trump, you just passed Elvis, #1 mugshot of all time. And he gets up and he does that little. He does those little punch dances. Mugshot is popular, I guess.
Did you know he got arrested for something? What? And I think Elvis had a fight at a gas station or something. But Elvis was one, Frank Sinatra was two, and I'm proud to admit, and I'm proud to tell you that you have made mine bigger than both of them by a lot.
Yeah, by a lot. Just
We'll
skyrocketing. Oh, what else did he say out there? Oh, he's still talking about Elvis. This is later in the same speech. He's still talking about Elvis.
We're okay, but, I have 50,000 people. Elvis didn't have 50, and he had a guitar. I had no guitar.
That's not the same speech, I don't think.
Elvis had a guitar.
Oh, no, this is in St. Cloud, Minnesota. This is a couple of days ago, I guess.
He had a lot. We love Elvis, right? But he had a guitar.
He had a guitar. He's got Elvis on the mind as of late. I'm not sure why, but
well, it's better than the late great fictional Dr. Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, he's not talking about him right now. And then he talked about the guy who I think got shot at his rally, and only to realize that the guy was there at this Pennsylvania rally. I haven't heard this one.
I think it was really known that when bullets are fired in a stadium, everyone really gets moving fast. They call it a stampede.
Yeah.
Nobody moved. You looked at the people behind me, right? Everyone's seen those people. Those people have become legendary. That was just a small group. The main tens of thousands of people around here, you couldn't even see the end. Nobody ran. Nobody moved.
Oh, hold on. I want to stop here for a second. Okay. I want to get something very, very clear on the record. It's not cool to not run when there's a mass shooting. Okay?
I'm going to back you up on that, Sean.
If there is a shooting and you are in a public space and somebody starts shooting and
run.
you stand still, you are not cool. All right? It's not like, you see that? Somebody started shooting and nobody moved. Nobody. That's not a good thing.
Highest rated stampede.
I think
lack thereof.
Those pussies who run at these mass shootings.
Of all the places, well, first, it wasn't a mass shooting.
Well, you know what I'm saying, like a public shooting. If somebody's shooting in a crowded area and you're like, I'm not going anywhere. That's weird.
I think of all the places not to run, though, I mean, the guy, Secret Service, ended his life rather quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Despite the fact that they, shouldn't have had to have the opportunity. They shouldn't have had to, because they should have done their job in the first place. But I don't think I need to run if it's like the Secret Service is there.
You think you're staying still? I don't trust them for nothing, man. I'm running so fast if anybody starts shooting at a public place.
A brisk walk, maybe.
No, if there's fireworks, I'm running. I'm running in the opposite direction. I don't know that pointing out
ridiculous.
Like people started shooting at the crowd and my supporters didn't move is a weird flex. That's where he's going. Right?
No, weird flex is a Disney adult that runs from fireworks.
I'm not a Disney adult, okay? Enough with the Disney adult. Do I go to Disney? Yes. Why wouldn't I?
Once a week?
I went yesterday because we were.
Oh, weekday. Interesting.
Yeah, not drinking weekday.
Disney adult.
A not drinking weekday. Turned
Disney
into a
adult.
drinking weekday, but like it was started out as a not drinking weekday.
That's how most drinking weekdays do.
Oh, yeah.
Unless you just get up and start, going for it.
Yeah, it's twisted in the wind at some point.
He said he's in trouble. If you went to a soccer stadium where you'll have a bullet go off, one bullet, the whole place runs for the exits. Nobody ran. And how about the man behind me with the black outfit and the green floppy hat? He's like this. David, did you see him?
You see the person pointing?
He's right there. He's over there.
Is he wearing the same outfit?
Right? Where? Get up here.
Get up here.
Is that him? Yeah, wow. That's great, huh? Well, you can be in a foxhole with me anytime, man.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Did he actually get on stage, or did
I don't
he
know.
just,
I don't know.
Because what if it wasn't the guy? What if it was just another guy in
just
a green
raised his
floppy
hand.
hat?
How did they identify him so quickly? Was he wearing the green floppy hat?
I bet he was.
That's the thing, though. But what if it was another guy in another green floppy?
Or he has a shirt that says, "I was shot at this."
I went to a Trump rally and got shot, and all I got was this T-shirt or something. He's like, there's something, because everybody knew. Everybody's like, he's right there. He's right. The people behind him, people in front of him, everybody was shouting out about that.
Because I was involved in some potential stolen valor at one point. Just for wearing a fedora after Pulse. Because when Pulse happened, all they had was the footage that they kept looping from that night. And there was a large guy in a fedora, who I think his name is Chris.
Oh.
Yeah, it was. I think.
And like he gave the truck a little push as they went off, and I had people coming to me. I saw you on the news, man. And I was like, no,
You're such a hero.
No. Shut it down, not me.
You didn't take one of those?
Not at all. No,
thank
that's
you.
not for me.
Thank you for your service.
Awful
All right.
picture of me in Sea Lane that somebody took during the actual memorial or the thing they went to, and
that was the night that my eye.
That was.
Oh, where you hit the djembe? Mm-hmm. Wow.
And it's like, have you seen that crying face filter that they have on Snapchat and
Yes.
and Instagram?
Yeah.
That's what my face looked like naturally, and they were like, "Let's take that and post it everywhere."
Just spread this all over social media.
Like, it's not
Put
a
it
good crying
everywhere.
face. Fun fact about me.
I've got another Trump clip. Maybe we can wait for later for that because there's another one that I really enjoyed that we can space out here.
Was there any more stuff? I know we a little bit yesterday, as it was starting, watched the journalist, the National Black Journalists Association,
the NAB.
Yeah, did they get any more clips from that?
Yeah, that's the one I've got left over, and we'll probably touch on that a little bit more as we roll on. But we're going to wait. We're going to get into some of your dispatches here momentarily. We're going to get into a fun moment during the Olympics. We'll talk about that next. And another thing in the Olympics, there's a huge controversy. And some of the headlines are like, they're letting men fight women. What's happening in the world of boxing in the Olympics? This is actually a really interesting story, and we'll dive into this. It's coming up next in the News Junkie.
This is Real Radio 104.1, online at realradio.fm, on your phone with the free iHeartRadio app, and on your smart speaker. Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
It would be my pleasure. From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traveling on I-4, there's a lot of congestion eastbound approaching State Road 429 and slowdowns between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. Intersection backups where John Young Parkway meets Vine Street and off-ramp backup from the Greenway southbound to Colonial Drive. It's mellow on the roadways on State Road 429. No major problems on the beach line there. If you see any other traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Are you ready for a new job? Express Employment Professionals helps tens of thousands of people find jobs every year and never charges a fee. Find your next job with Express Employment. Go to ExpressPros.com to find your location. That's ExpressPros.com.
Win your way to our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One. September 20th and 21st.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Starting Monday, listen for your chance to be there.
Hey, pool season fanatics, your summer persona is calling. It's time for sun-soaked party scenes at MGM Grand, new luxury cabanas at Bellagio, and sandy beach living at Mandalay Bay. Show off your poolside, only with MGM Rewards. Visit MGMRewards.com for details.
Sneezing, coughing, stuffy nose, runny nose, postnasal drip, interrupted sleeping. I was groggy at the end of the day.
Allergies and sinus congestion were making Jana miserable. Then, a friend recommended Navage. Navage provides immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Navage helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
Navage gave me instant relief. I didn't have to wait 30 minutes. I didn't have to wait an hour, 90 minutes. I didn't have to wait a minute. I ran the rinse and I felt better.
Stop suffering from congestion and start breathing and feeling your best again with Navage. Navage.
I've had people ask me how I find relief, and I tell them Navage immediately. This thing is amazing.
Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust new Febreze car vent clips, now with 3 times greater scent control, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with new Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing, which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up, Oscar!
Wouldn't it be nice if making decisions was easier? With Xfinity, you have one less decision to worry about. Just say what to watch into your Xfinity voice remote to see editors' picks and find what's new. You can even search by genre or mood. You can also find the ultimate dance soundtrack and play all your favorite music and artists on iHeartRadio to get the party started right in your living room. So you can skip the endless scroll and get right to the good stuff.
Orlando's top-rated comedy club and restaurant is The Funny Bone, located at Point Orlando. The Funny Bone brings you the best live comedy experience with the top touring talent. This week, The Funny Bone welcomes Country Wayne from August 2nd through August 3rd. Thursday nights on the side stage, we host the best open mic in Central Florida. Visit orlando.funnybone.com. Full kitchen and full bar available with parking discounts offered to all guests who park in the Point Orlando garage. Get your tickets now at orlando.funnybone.com.
Devin Allman Project. Live in concert. Saturday, October 12th, 7 p.m. The Tracy Performing Arts Center. On sale now, online at thetracy.com. Don't miss your chance to see Devin Allman Project live.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're seeing the unseeable. Using advanced imaging technology, our experts can look deeper into the human body, uncovering the smallest of details that would otherwise go unnoticed, leading to more accurate diagnoses and treatments. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Navy Federal Credit Union is back with more eligibility. Now you can hear all your favorites like, my brother's a veteran, I get amazing rates. My mom served, I get 24/7 member support. Grandpa was a soldier and now I'm a member. And who could forget, thanks to my father who served in the military, I'm now eligible for incredible member benefits. Call 1-855-800-2102 or visit NavyFederal.org today. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
iHeartRadio is live from Paris.
The U.S. men are on fire right now. Caleb Dressel is going to have 8 Olympic medals, and all of them are going to be gold. The Americans get it done again.
Kevin Durant is lethal.
Hear all the exciting moments on the free iHeartRadio app. Bring the summer games with you. Open the free iHeart app now and enable push notifications for live updates from Paris. iHeartRadio, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
New South Window Solutions. Made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Filling in the gaps between the New York Times and World Star. This is
Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Get your opinions down on a recorded piece of audio that, bam, shows up here on the show. And we love to hear from you. If you're a little scared, you can always email. And if you want to be anonymous, put that right up on top. tips@thenewsjunkie.com. This could be an interesting conversation. Let's see where everything goes here. there is a huge controversy at the Olympics in Paris right now. And it's largely related to boxing and two people. So let's meet those two people real quick. One is Algeria's Imain Khalif. Sorry if I'm screwing these names up, but I'm doing the best I can. This is Imain Khalif, right? And this is one of the boxers in question. The other is Taiwan's Li Yuting. Li Yuting is the other boxer, and here you can see Li Yuting. Both of them are very masculine in appearance when you look at them, and there is a lot going on here and a lot to unpack. So let's talk about this. Here is the Sun with some details on this. The IOC, which is the International Olympic Committee, stirred up huge controversy by clearing these two boxers, these two women, they say, to box who had previously failed a gender test. Now, what a gender test is kind of up in the air because there's lots of different things you could do in sports. You can give these people tests to determine what their chromosomes are. And if you have XX chromosomes, you are 99.99999% of the time a woman, biological female. If you have XY chromosomes, you are 99.99999% of the time a biological male. And that's not the case with both of these boxers. The first one that I mentioned, this one here, Algeria's Imain Khalif. This person actually does have XY chromosomes, right? So you would say that this is a biological male. But this person is a very, very, very rare individual because they were also allegedly born with female sexual anatomy.
So, hermaphrodite?
No, not actually hermaphrodite, because not born with male sexual parts and female sexual parts, just born with female sexual parts, but the incredible rarity of having the XY chromosome, being a biological male. And in one of these fights, which was just brutal to watch, the female Olympic boxer battling this person quit after like 46 seconds. So the fight was very short. It's been incredibly one-sided with both of these fighters. It looks like two dudes are beating up on ladies at the Olympics. Of course, it's more complicated, and we'll get into the weeds in a second. But there is a lot of response here, including this. This is from the International Boxing Association. And I don't know. I'm not big on the world of boxing. I think the IBA is a big deal, the International Boxing Association. You can see here they have a statement made by the IBA regarding athletes' disqualifications in the World Boxing Championships. And this says, as stated, the International Boxing Association feels it appropriate at this prevalent time to address recent media statements regarding those athletes Yi Yuting, which is this person once again, and Imain Khalif, once again, this person. So they're talking about both of them. We wish to make the following points in these regards. On the 24th of March, 2023, the International Boxing Association disqualified athletes Li Yuting and Imain Khalif from the IBA Women's World Boxing Championships. This disqualification was a result of their failure to meet the eligibility criteria for participating in the women's competition as laid out by IBA regulations. They said they looked into this meticulously, blah, blah, blah. Point to note, the athletes did not undergo a testosterone examination, but were subject to a separate and recognized test whereby the specifics remain confidential. I don't know what that means. I don't think anybody knows what that means.
Pull down your pants and let's look.
It could be. It says a separate and recognized test whereby the specifics remain confidential. This test conclusively indicated that both athletes did not meet the required necessary eligibility criteria and were found to have competitive advantages over other female competitors. So if you didn't look into testosterone, which most people would agree can give you a competitive benefit in something like boxing, then what did you look at and what did you find? I think that's kind of important to note right now. And we get down to the core of the issue with this, and that is this fair? Is it actually fair? Let's say there is somebody who was born with female sexual anatomy, but has a lot of testosterone in their system, more testosterone by a large measure than other women that they're competing against. And that person has XY chromosomes, which may even mean their body structure is different, giving them advantages. Is it fair that that person competes against biological women who don't have as much testosterone or any flowing through their system? That's kind of hard to really grasp, isn't it? So here's one way to think about this. You guys know who Usain Bolt is, right?
Correct.
Usain Bolt, the famed runner. I believe he's Jamaican. Usain Bolt, if you put him next to me, undoubtedly, Usain Bolt has so many competitive advantages over
like, who's that loser next to Usain Bolt?
So look at that loser guy right next to this guy shouldn't even be fetching his water. He's shorter.
Is that his manager?
Yeah, it's like Usain Bolt, I think, is taller than me. I'm 6 foot. He's certainly not nearly as physically fit, not anywhere near as fast. I've seen a video where Usain Bolt was just running against regular people. It was amazing to watch. This guy's he's on every level different than me and more inclined to be a victor at a race. But in boxing, what do you do with people like this? What do you do with people in the margins? These like 0.0001% of the public who might be intersex, who might just have different chromosomes. I don't think either of these people are actually dudes pretending to be women to get into boxing, to like win a gold medal. I don't believe that's the case. I believe they end up on these fringes, and then you go, is it fair to let that person who's just like physically dominating the women that they're boxing against compete against them?
Here's a way I think it makes it easier to answer this question, at least in my head. Remember the picture of the basketball team that were playing, and it was like France versus Japan?
Yeah.
And it was I think you said it was like a one-story guy competing against a two-story guy.
It's so funny to look at.
It's a hilarious picture, and it's just like, listen, biologically, one team is superior to the other.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and
but
you go.
But there is no argument on whether or not they can compete against each other.
I don't know if you've seen this, Sabrina. This is real. This is Team Japan versus Team France.
Okay.
Olympics volleyball, and it's like a giraffe versus a horse. It's like it doesn't seem real.
I don't know what countries it was, but it was the same for the women's basketball, where there was. I mean, it was the starting. Where's the sports term where they throw the ball in the air, the pass off, tip off?
Oh, the tip off? Yeah, the tip off.
And it was a very short woman versus a just as tall woman. And it was like, all right, what's the point? And then as soon as the tip off happened, it was more just like I'll grab the ball and hand it to my team thing.
It just lands in your hand because the other person's so much shorter than you.
It just turns out biology's not black and white.
Yeah. Well, when you look at this, you just go, this thing, the thing Steve likes to talk about, is this fair? Is this fair, the difference between these two? Like the Japanese team, this guy's 5'8", and the person he's playing against is 7 foot tall.
Yeah.
Is that fair? Is it fair? Because I believe there are advantages that these two fighters who are either intersex or, have more testosterone flowing through their system, I believe that they have those advantages. But
as
is
fighters,
that fair?
But also, that French basketball player has advantage as a tall person. So I think to say, is it fair to let them compete? I mean, what's the alternative? That they have to go? You make them go fight men,
or you make them go in like the in between league where anybody can fight. It isolates them. I don't think that seems fair to make them fight with the men if they're not like biologically men. I also don't think it's fair for them if they have this massive advantage over the women in boxing, but maybe that unfairness is kind of part of sport in some way. This is a tough one for me. And a lot of this comes down to just like science and biology and what happens in utero. For those of you who don't know, like there's a lot of loose science on what may lead to somebody being either gay or transgender, all these different things. And the actual science shows that one thing that's super key in this is exposure to testosterone in the womb. So sometimes there's a woman who's pregnant, and she's pregnant with something that could be a little girl, somebody with XX chromosomes. And in the womb, there's more testosterone that they're exposed to, and the developmental process kind of shifts on that. And then it could lead to somebody who fits the bill like these two boxers, where you see Algeria's Amain Khalif, and then you see the Taiwan boxer Lin Yuting, and it doesn't match up traditionally with what you'd expect. But it's a big question. It's a question that we should be asking ourselves. And it's not even just like the simple weirdo trans arguments that you see out there all the time. This is an interesting argument about fairness in competitive sports. And I'd love to know what everybody thinks about this. So let us know. Lots of people chiming in on chat. That poor bastard says, yes, Sean, it comes down to science and biology. Yeah, but what does that mean? What are you saying by that? Jean Marquis says, the IBA didn't let them fight, but the Olympics said sure. Yes, that's true, but who's in charge? Is the IBA, do they actually swing that amount of weight? The IBA release says the disqualification was based on 2 tests conducted on both athletes as follows. Tests performed during the IBA Women's Boxing Championships in Istanbul, Turkey in 2022, and a test performed during the IBA Women's World Boxing Championships in New Delhi in 2023. For clarification, Lin Yu Ting did not appeal the IBA's decision to the Court of Arbitration for Sport, thus rendering the decision legally binding, they say. And Amain Khalif initially appealed the decision, but withdrew the appeal during the process, also making the IBA decision legally binding. Our committees have rigorously reviewed and endorsed the decision made during, the World Championships. While IBA remains committed to ensuring competitive fairness for all of our events, we express concern over the inconsistent application of eligibility criteria by other sporting organizations, including the IOC. So that's what they're saying, and I'd love to hear what people think. I think it's not like this clear-cut thing that so many people want it to be. That's a dude boxing women. It's like there could be occasions where that happened. If this was a transgender person, I don't want trans women boxing women. I don't want that. I'm against that absolutely outright. I think it's totally unfair, and we shouldn't be having that. But this is not that. This is a different thing. You disagree with that?
Yeah. I mean, I just think it makes me laugh sometimes when it comes to commentary, and I include myself, on sports that we'll never, ever get near. How about we just leave it up to the athletes?
Oh, but we are. And the athlete, the boxer who bowed out after 45 seconds was crying and was upset and said this wasn't fair. That's what I think brings this conversation on. It's not like you're just looking into the abyss and making up an argument here. I'm saying that this is different than what I outlined, which I stand by, is that, when you're transgender and you're a trans female, you have advantages that it's just not fair. But if these people are not trans females, right, as best I could tell.
I think, going back to the basketball comparison a little bit, I think you just have to, at some point, stop trying to make make all these concessions for everybody. And, is it fair to let them fight? I think, at some point, you have to learn the lesson that every kid learns, that, life is not always fair.
No.
And so, you can't have that Japanese basketball player going well, this African basketball player, all the African basketball players are 3 feet taller than me. So you know what we need to do? Get rid of all the African. No. That's not going to be a thing.
Right.
That's
why the fairness argument is so much more interesting to me than all this stuff, because that is an unfair dynamic. I mean, it's friggin' hilarious to see the matchup between those two guys. And it reminds me of, by the way, send us a dispatch, please. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, hit record on your first dispatch right now. It reminds me of when I was in kickboxing, and I was about 6 months in. There was this kid, I think his name was Derek or something, and he had already gone through puberty. And Derek had a mustache, and he was already almost 6 foot tall. And I was still a little kid. I still looked like a little kid. I was maybe 5 feet tall. I want a mustache,
Mom. Come on.
And they're like, okay, it's sparring day, meaning you're going to fight with the other people in the kickboxing class, and you're gonna spar. And
I did plenty of sparring in my Taekwondo days.
Yeah, you know what I'm
familiar.
So the sparring day comes up. I'm like, please not him. And of course, I have to spar against this kid, and I'm punching like this. I'm punching up at the sky. I'm trying to hit this kid,
trying to pull out his mustache hairs.
Yeah, I'm trying to do anything, honest to God. And he is just beating the crap out of me because he was so much bigger than me and had gone through puberty when I had not yet gone through puberty. And I remember the frustration in the moment. And this is a whole thing. It opens a giant can of worms. So the can of worms is now open. Let's see what you think about this. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. Vendesora on Twitch says, my kid is starting high school, and the difference between the freshmen and the seniors is astounding. I could imagine. Yeah, looking at that. I've talked before about the weird period of time when you have girls who go through their period and start going through the developmental phase, puberty, faster than boys, and the girls get bigger than the boys, and then the big shift happens, and then the boys start to get bigger, and then some of them are not yet. You always have that one kid who's not. It's a whole thing. It's like interesting, the biology of it all. We'll get to your dispatches when we come back. And we'll also talk about somebody very angry about a brand new commercial. Not the one that we're playing, but another one. We'll get into that. It's coming up next in the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Coming up on today's show, another celebrity guest co-host with Tom Sorrells, Captain Sunshine himself. Danny Meyering will be in with Date Night Done Right. Glenn Klosman with Colbert Court. Brad's Trivia, your chance to win a prize with Dominatrix Deb. Plus your calls, texts, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
iHeartRadio Olympics Update.
Katie Ledecky broke her own Olympic record, winning gold in the women's 1500 freestyle. She's now tied for the most Olympic medals ever won by a U.S. female swimmer. Ledecky says sometimes it's hard not to show her emotions.
Just the happiness and the joy, it just comes out.
The U.S. added to their medal count with the men's rowing team winning their first medal since 1960.
For NBC's live coverage from Paris, search Olympics on the free iHeartRadio app.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. A heat advisory is in effect for today. It'll feel like 110 this afternoon with the actual high temperature reaching 94. It'll be very humid. We've also got a 60% chance for an afternoon thunderstorm between 4 and 6 p.m. Any storms could be heavy with lots of lightning. In the tropics, we have a tropical system that may develop this weekend, producing heavy rain across the region as soon as Saturday night into Sunday. Stay with the Fox 35 Storm Team for the latest.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. At Lowe's, save big every day. Right now, get a free pneumatic nailer when you buy a pellet of Metabo HTP nails. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I got to fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're going to be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code OIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code OIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code OIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code OIL25.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential. But finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Daytona always brings the drama.
Everything's on the line. The risk will be higher.
3 wide.
Look how insane this is.
Gunning to keep playoff hopes alive. It's now or never.
It's the most stressful night of racing that you'll ever go through.
For an unforgettable weekend of family fun, high wattage star power, and a front row seat full of fireworks. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 23rd and 24th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Enjoying the News Junkie? You've probably heard a ton of injury attorney commercials, but if you are injured and need a lawyer, who's the right lawyer for you? That's why we offer our 30-day risk-free trial. If you are not 100% satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com. Go to JustCallMo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at AbacusPays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at AbacusPays.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Radio 104.1. Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This
An insane week with all of the assassination stuff. You had one of the leaders of Hezbollah who was targeted and killed by Israel, and the leader of Hamas drone striked out by Israel. And the crazy story was, I don't know if you guys have heard any of the details on this. They said the leader of Hezbollah, which is a terrorist group that operates mostly in Lebanon, but elsewhere too, funded by Iran. They said the leader of Hezbollah, the way that this happened was an Israeli spy or somebody who was like working with the Israelis. They got into his compound and were hanging out with the leader of Hezbollah, and they secretly planted a bomb in his house. And then 3 months went by,
which is nuts.
That's crazy to think that for 3 months there was a bomb in this guy's house just waiting to go off.
Now, did they tell, like, they share how it was planted? Like,
no.
Was it this, like, gift? Or, like, do you think it was disguised as something?
I don't know. It could have been, but I don't know that they want to necessarily say that. Because if they say that, then it could put somebody at risk, maybe. I'm not sure. But they put this bomb in the leader of Hezbollah's house, waited for 3 months, and said, oh, yeah, boom, and exploded this bomb when they knew he was home and nearby. And that's how they took him out. The other one, the Hamas leader, was with a drone strike because he was in town celebrating the presidential election in Iran. And just wild stuff. Also wild, how in the hell did the United States not take home the gold in the shooting competition in the Olympics? How did we not run away with that one?
Just because we have the right to have them doesn't mean we can shoot them.
We're the gun people.
Have you seen some of the pictures from the shooting competition?
Okay, I
like
love
the crazy glasses?
I want to get into this. Number one, I have some questions, and maybe you know a little bit more, or maybe we can figure this out. Are the guns that they're using legit guns, like that are firing actual bullets? Because the security, it really seems like it would be difficult to maintain security when there's a competition with actual guns.
So the one guy that's there's a bunch of pictures that are getting attention for the weird glasses that they're wearing and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's one woman that looked super cyberpunk in her whole shooting setup. And then I'm looking at this picture of the guy from Turkey who was just wearing like a T-shirt and some, it almost looked like sweatpants or something. He was so dressed down and so casual. Mm-hmm. And it says he's competing in the shooting 10M air pistol mixed team gold medal. So that leads me to believe that they're not like explosive bullets.
Okay, but it's got to be something, obviously, to measure how their aim and everything is going. And I also loved the Turkish dude who won silver. He won the silver medal. Everybody's out there, like C-Lane said, there's this woman, and she's got the lenses, the ear protection, all this crazy stuff, every little gadget you could buy for this sport. And, she's up there, and she's shooting, and she does her thing. And then there's this 51-year-old Turkish dude.
That's the guy I was just talking about.
Yeah, that guy walked up with nothing, with absolutely nothing, and won the silver. I think this is him here.
You probably are too, unless you're...
All he's got is earplugs in, and he just goes up, one arm's the shot, and he doesn't have the lens. He's got regular glasses on, I think. And he ends up winning a silver medal. It's crazy, this sport, man. But, that was a fun one to watch. Did you actually watch some of the competition, or you just saw a couple of the clips?
I just saw I haven't even seen clips. I was just seeing pictures and stories about it.
Same, yeah. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. That was a big one. I also saw one of my favorite moments was Michael Phelps was watching Leon Marchand, and he was swimming and was behind in the race that he was in. And then he started to make a comeback, and Michael Phelps is like gorilla raging, losing his mind, like celebrating as this other swimmer is doing so well in the pool. And it brought me back to, like, I think it's maybe my strongest Olympic memories. Tell me if you guys have similar memories like this. When Michael Phelps was on his tear.
Yeah.
Like, I remember that. I remember
breaking records after record after record.
And I remember being at places and it was on the TV and everybody's like, all right, hold on, here we go. We're going to go again. And seeing him with like
with
8
all those medals around him.
Yeah, all of that stuff.
Seeing him in his little prep routine before, where he looked all weird, he had made weird faces back there.
And then seeing that picture of him ripping a bong.
And it ruined his like Subway deal or something.
I mean, it ruined that, but a bunch of stoners were like, I can be an Olympic swimmer?
Yes, that was my take at the time. I remember I was like, this is the greatest argument for marijuana I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
You're mad at Michael Phelps. He loses his endorsement from Subway because you find out that he's in this video smoking a bong.
Also, Subway, by the way, you got
other problems?
No, not that. I know that there's probably still some part of Subway that's still a little burned by that. But Subway need not alienate their marijuana fans.
True.
Because, let's be honest. Get high. You want to sub.
Get some Subway. Yes, no doubt about it. But I'm like, this guy won a jabillion gold medals. I don't think this is a great argument against marijuana being super important to enforce in terms of the law. It seems like this guy's just fine.
So you got super excited watching Canada? What was it?
Yeah, it was Leon Marchand is his name. He won gold and made history. Look up that name, LeonMarchand, so we don't screw up where he's from. Is that the Canadian dude?
I don't know. I was like waiting for the clip.
No, I'm not going to hit. It's Olympics. Copyright crazy. Copyright crazy. Not
with that, I do have something that's very exciting. Thanks to the beautiful internet people, we don't have to use and get, that strike for Olympic theme song. There's a man nice enough to create a brand new Olympic theme song that we can use.
Oh, nice. All right.
Here we go. Hit it, man. Guess what?
What happened?
Copyright?
Nope, my soundboard just shut down.
Oh, I thought they got us. I thought the copyright police sniped us out.
In real time.
Turkish guy. Yeah, they knocked us down.
Take my word for it. It's awesome.
I believe you. I trust you. I believe you. We'll get to your dispatches here momentarily. That's a great way that you can join us on the show today. We love you. We appreciate your comments. And if you want to steer the conversation or combat something I said that you think was dumb, or just tell me that I'm an absolute genius, all of those things are allowed. And then some, all things in between, including music.
This is our pitch right here. It's the Olympics, where every country comes together to play to be the best. Who will win and who will lose? We don't know, and neither do you. It's the Olympics.
Who's that Turkish guy?
In Paris.
Damn.
In Paris.
Yeah, I like that part on the end. All right, what do you think? Send us one of those dispatches. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now.
Back to swimming for like a quick second. I think when you're watching those clips like that, when you're watching swimming, and one of the things that was much fun about watching Phelps break all those records,
very much fun,
was the thing that has amazed me in the broadcast technology is when they put the line where the previous world record holder is.
Yeah.
And they have it moving across the pool. And then you watch the person swim past it, and you're like, this is going on right now. He's breaking the record. We know.
It makes it so exciting.
It's so much fun.
Yeah, that's the stuff that works for me. I don't need to see the heartbeat or the BPMs of the parents of the athletes. Yeah. Just show me the stuff on top of the water. Show me the how close they are to breaking the records. I like that stuff. My favorite thing about the Olympics. We'll get to people mad about this AI ad, and we'll get into what actually was said in that. We got comments about the Olympic stuff, and we'll see what you have to say about that and a whole lot more. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Casino passes for the 2024 Just Call Mo Real Radio Celebrity Poker Tournament are still available. Go to realradio.fm/poker for more info.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
The right shoulder's blocked northbound on Florida's Turnpike between Oakland Exchange and Hancock Road. There's minor congestions there. Just travel with caution. Authorities are clearing up an earlier accident on Osceola Parkway westbound at I-4. There's a bit of delays due to an earlier accident on Apopka Vineland Road at Colonial Drive and off-ramp backup from the Greenway southbound to Colonial Drive. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
I had so many dreams, but life quickly got in the way. Then, Rasmussen University saw my true potential and gave me the support and confidence I needed to become who I am today. Rasmussen University. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
In this week's Marketers Report, we hear about the importance of local radio from Allison Griffin, head of marketing at State Farm.
iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Yo, it's Angel from the Monsters. You want a big green egg? For the lowest prices anywhere, you got to go to my friends, Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up your big green egg so that you are cooking before they leave. Follow Wassie's Meat Market on Instagram or go to wassiesmeatmarket.com for your big green egg today.
And now, another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Wow, I wonder how much all this costs. Shh. Well, it can't be cheap. Do we even have enough for our own you-know-what?
Honey, shh. I heard he bought final expense insurance through the Smart Bunny app.
The Smart Bunny app?
Like on your phone?
I know what an app is.
For the love of all things decent, be quiet.
Get up to $25,000 of lifelong coverage for funeral expenses, debts, and other needs for as little as $14 a month. And no medical exam is required. So hop on the Smart Bunny app now and grab some final expense insurance.
Honey, are you buying the insurance, like, right now?
Time is precious.
So true.
Shh. Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way literally clear the way for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, Navage.
Hey, Cam, mind sending me over our new Wi-Fi password?
Oh, sorry, Mitch, you can't be trusted.
What?
It's your phone. It's different than mine.
Cam! And I thought I was a judgy one.
No, it's just messages between different devices aren't encrypted.
Okay. Since when do you know about encryption?
I know what encryption is, and it's because I'm the last line of defense against any would-be Wi-Fi thieves.
Cam, come on.
Okay, fine. I'll send it somewhere more private.
Thank you.
Safely send messages between different devices. On WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
Hey, Cam, mind sending me over our new Wi-Fi password?
Oh, sorry, Mitch, you can't be trusted.
What?
It's your phone. It's different than mine.
Cam! And I thought I was a judgy one.
No, it's just messages between different devices aren't encrypted.
Okay. Since when do you know about encryption?
I know what encryption is, and it's because I'm the last line of defense against any would-be Wi-Fi thieves.
Cam, come on.
Okay, fine. I'll send it somewhere more private.
Thank you.
Safely send messages between different devices. On WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential. But finding those people can be a major hassle. Unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
It's always a good time for donuts, so indulge in Shipley Donuts. Fresh-made donuts in delicious flavors from classic glazed to Oreo cookie-topped treats. Crafted from quality ingredients. Catering and online ordering available. Visit shipleydonuts.com. Now open in Orlando on South Cimarron Boulevard.
It's Chelsea from Renewal by Anderson with some fantastic news. Renewal by Anderson is having their end of summer sale, and it is hotter than the Florida sun. Limited time offer, get $300 off every window and $825 off all patio doors. Renewal by Anderson's windows combine chic design with custom-built craftsmanship, providing impact resistance against Florida's extreme weather. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
Lose weight with semaglutide from the medical experts you can trust at Red Mountain Weight Loss.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. The exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. Preparing you
For the impending robot uprising.
This is the news.
Sabrina's here, and you're here with us as well. We appreciate that. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll peel into those momentarily on this lovely broadcast day. Also going to get into some of your emails, including this one from Lisa. That's right there. But I wanted to tell folks, I'm excited about this. I don't know if you are, too. Let's see. Sabrina, you excited about this? No word there. So there's C-Lane. C-Lane is with us.
Super pumped.
You should be excited about this because it's coming back. It's coming back to television. And kind of a weird move. I think I've heard Sabrina mention this about certain shows in the next episode, but it's pretty rare. They have not only announced that they're coming back for their second season, but then they announced that they're coming back for their third and final season. So we're learning about second season and final season all at the same time right here. What show do you think is coming back? You already know?
I already know, yeah.
Okay. All right. C-Lane, do you know?
Is it Silo?
No, it's not Silo. I wish it was Silo. Man.
You're on the same track.
Hold on. Is it Severance?
No, on the same track letter-wise.
Yeah, letter-wise, stay in the letter.
Is it Stella got her groove back?
No, it's not. Think of the ocean and death and blood and exciting. Squid Game.
Yeah, that's right. Squid Game. Squid Game returning for season 2 in December, and the final season of Squid Game will be in 2025. Now, I'm doing okay, and I'm being held over by this robot TV show that you guys were talking about. I'm digging it.
I did start it and immediately fell asleep, and that was on me.
Yeah. So it wasn't because you didn't like it necessarily?
Yeah. I just have to, I'll do it on the bright line this weekend.
Just a heads up. It does take a little bit to get into, get through the first episode because there's some stuff that's kind of sad and whatever. But once you get to Sunny the robot and her interactions with him, Sunny is a good show. It's interesting so far. I'm digging it. But Squid Game is coming back. Season 2 on Netflix premieres the day after Christmas. December 26th is when they're dropping this.
Oh, you know that the numbers are going to be fantastic then.
Oh,
because
it'll be
people
big.
are going to binge the entire. Now, is it episode by episode?
That's a great question. Let me see. It'll be followed by a third and final season in 2025. The creator, director, and executive producer Hwang Dong-hyuk wrote a letter announcing the news. They renewed the show in June of 2022. They had a teaser in February this year, but now we're hearing on December 26th, Squid Game will return to Netflix. And I wonder what they're going to do because remember the old guy who was in Squid Game? Well, I guess he died, right? Did he? Because he got in trouble for some creeper stuff. He got in trouble for groping some ladies who are fans of the show who he's going on walks with. They said Hwang also shared some plot details in his letter. In Squid Game, there was a death match for 45.6 million won. And it says Song Ji-hun, who vowed revenge at the end of season 1, returns and joins the game again. Frontman doesn't seem to be an easy opponent this time either. So he's going back. He's going to play it again. And the second and third seasons are coming up December of this year and then in 2025.
Season 1 end on a cliffhanger of some sort?
Yeah,
he have to go back and...
It's good to rewatch. I enjoyed it. I've rewatched
it at least once, and it's fun. I think the old guy is dead at the end, right? Or he's at least on his deathbed.
Spoiler alert. And also, real life, spoiler alert, didn't that old guy... touch some kids?
Yes, we did discuss that. It was
just now?
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
He touched some
just
lady.
Worth repeating.
Some lady that was a fan of the show that he was going on walks with, and so he got in trouble for that. Pretty big.
God, did you hear the old man touch some lady?
I did hear about that. It's interesting.
That Singapore guy with the got silver? Turkish?
Yep. Heard about all that.
Okay.
Yeah, but I said Singapore.
On the same page.
C-Lane, how are you feeling health-wise?
Okay.
I'm good. Why? Is this more meat?
No, I wanted to check in because this listeria outbreak has now killed 2 people and left dozens in hospitals across the United States, all because of Boar's Head's delicious meat. That's what started this. Over 7 million pounds of Boar's Head meat has been recalled. And I didn't know that there was a death toll, but 2 people are dead. Dozens are hospitalized.
I feel like it would help out. Do they have an idea of when those people consumed the tainted meat?
Not in the story that I'm looking at. I'm sure they do. I'm sure they've done an investigation into all that.
I have a better question, and it's almost unfair to ask because now these people's family are mourning them and stuff. Mm-hmm. But part of me wants to go, could you specify which Boar's Head meat most of this 7 million pounds of meat that they've recalled is voluntary and is abundance of caution related.
Look at the first recall. The first recall was much smaller, and they said the exact products.
It was a liverwurst. It was a specific liverwurst product that they had.
If liverwurst killed my family member, do you know how mad I would be? Like, if liverwurst killed Courtney, I would be so infuriated at that being the outcome.
So Friday, July 25th, they initiated immediate and voluntary recall of our Strasburger brand liverwurst because it had the potential to be adulterated with listeria.
Damn.
And then they also recalled 9 additional products that were on the same production line on the same day as that liverwurst.
Is this meat not going out to like restaurants too, though?
I would imagine Boar's Head must go out to some restaurants, I would say, right?
Yeah, some. And then they said there was a national deli meat listeria outbreak that the liverwurst was linked to. And based on the new information, they did some more stuff, and they said, guess what? We'll just take all the meat that we produced in that building and recall it. And that's where the 7 million pounds came from, because it started with just liverwurst and 9 other things, and expanded to like so many different varieties of ham, bologna, Frankfurter sausage, mostly pork products.
Yeah, my world is crumbling. I can't take this right now.
So, but I would be curious, like, okay, the people who are having it the worst, are they the liverwurst? I hate to say the worst because it's seems funny. But were they eating the liverwurst, or were they, did they get something else that was on the same product line? How close are we to this?
I'd like to ask more questions. I'm sure Boar's Head isn't interested in talking right now. No. I'm sure that they're not going to be speaking about this anytime soon.
But I went to Publix yesterday, and the guy's like, yeah, we had to throw out all the ham.
Damn.
He's like, that's why this section of the case is empty.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Liverwurst. What does it taste like?
I don't know. I don't even know what it is. What makes it liverwurst, Elaine?
It doesn't. It's not like an appealing name, I got to be honest with you.
It's terrible. Yeah, it sounds gross.
I believe that the worst part is like in the sausage family, and the liver would imply that it's a sausage that's made with liver.
Oh, God.
Okay. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm not going to get punished for eating that. But here goes nothing. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Lisa emails the show. Lisa says, first off, I'm a huge fan of the show. Say hi to C-Lane for me. We went to high school together, says Lisa. Hi, Chris. Why aren't we doing a 20-year reunion this year? LOL, she says.
Answer is, we are, and they finally announced where it is and when it is, and it's the weekend in Napa, so I'm going to miss everybody.
Oh, man. Do you want Sean and I to go for you?
No. Yeah, we can go in your place if you want us to. Represent you. I'll give a speech as you and everything.
Oh,
we can do that. You've already given speeches as me in a way, or done interviews as me.
That's true. All right.
This will be payback. Anyway, I had a topic idea for you guys, if you haven't talked about it already. Location sharing. Do you share your location with your partner? I think you might agree this is a polarizing issue. I know of a few people who are against it that either have insecurities in their current partner or dramatic, unhealthy BS in their past relationship, giving them a strong opposition to being tracked, in quotes. We've talked about this several times on the show before. I'm in the weirdest situation, and it makes me uncomfortable because it seems like I'm bad. Courtney shares her tracking information with me, and I do not reciprocate.
Yeah, but there's a difference. Like, there's a reason that should be a thing.
She did it because she was like, hey, I'm going here, and I want you to see it. I'm just going to turn it on permanently. And I'm like, you don't have to do that. Don't do that. Don't share me. And she was like, no, what if I go running? This was the thing that made her leave it on. She's like, what if I go running and I don't come back? I want to turn on my location sharing so you know where I am.
Right. That's exactly why she should have location sharing on, because she goes jogging by herself. You don't leave her side.
No, and I don't. We don't have a lot of time where I'm away from her. But yeah, I saw it the other day on her phone. It's like, oh yeah, I have tracking on her, but she does not have tracking on me. Of course, she doesn't need it. She knows where I am right now. It would be an elaborate prank if I was somewhere else and not in the studio right now.
But if you lost your phone, that would be helpful.
It would be. Yes, and I don't even know if this sounds really dumb. I don't even know if I've set the Find My iPhone stuff up.
Jesus,
if I have
Sean.
to do that, I don't know if I'm required to do. I don't know what I need to do with that. Do you guys do this? Do you have sharing location on currently with your girlfriend Sabrina?
Yeah, I do.
Both ways.
It is both ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we go both ways.
I think it's pretty normal. I think it's pretty normal right now.
It was
to do that.
It started with I forget what. Maybe it was her driving back from somewhere like St. Pete or something like that. And then, it does work out. There was one point in which I had found out people share their location, and I looked at I'm like, nobody has mine. I was living by myself, And so I thought maybe it'd be a good idea at least one person would have my location if anything were to happen to me. I mean, there's during the week, if I don't show up for work, there's one indication something's wrong. But on the weekends,
we wouldn't know.
Not at all.
We'd have no clue. I don't think that's weird at all. I think it's starting from a place like that is totally normal
share
too.
Locations?
I'm good.
Oh, Sean's at Disney again. I'm surprised.
I hate that that's catching on. Hey, look, I'm just a guy, folks. I'm just a guy. I do many things.
Disney.
I do various things. I like to go on roller coasters. I'm a big fan. I like to go on rides. C-Lane, what about you? You sharing location with your wife?
I do not, because...
But does she?
No, I mean, she might have at some point. At one point, she had it turned on. She's like, share your location with me. And I'm like, no, it drains my battery.
Oh, that's a good counter argument, too. Yep. I like that. What do you think? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. Lisa continues. My personal opinion, I think my partner knowing my location is like a warm hug. She's into this. Somebody always looking out for me and having my back, but I've never been the jealous type. My amazing boyfriend, Corey, I think you know him too, Chris. Corey N?
Yeah.
Okay. Travels to a new city each week with a wrestling company as a show carpenter. Oh, that's cool. I also travel often with my company, going to trade shows in places like Vegas, Miami, New York, etc. I like that when we were across the country from each other, out on the town in a random city, he could see what I'm up to and vice versa. It's like he's there with me in spirit or something. I'm curious to know what the rest of the world thinks. Would you share your location with your partner, and why or why not? Lisa is asking you that question. Send us a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com.
I mean, I think if I went to more places than just work and home and Publix, maybe I would share my location. But I just I'm kind of boring now.
If you shared your location, you feel like a pressure to perform. I've got to go somewhere interesting. So, look where C-Lane's at right now. It's like you feel like you got to turn it up a little bit.
And my wife already snoops on me enough. Like, she's in a new job now, which there's more responsibility for her there. But at her previous place of employment, I mean, there would be just these lulls where I'm just getting sent, TikToks and Instagrams, and then every time I walked out of the door, and she gets the ring alert, she's just give me the eye emoji. Where you going?
Beetlehaw on Twitch says, if I shared my location with my husband, he'd be worried I am dead in the woods a lot. It would just pop up in a swamp somewhere, not moving very often. What are you doing in swamps not moving?
He loves to go to swamps. Next
question.
What
are you, Shrek? What's happening that you're just randomly sitting in swamps out there? All right, everybody, give us your thoughts.
Not everybody's old Sean Watson. Some people enjoy sitting in a good swamp.
Maybe I'm missing out on something there. We still haven't gotten to the Google AI ad and the reaction that's getting. And we'll get to Dear Sydney, that ad, when we come back. It's coming up next in the News Junkie.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
One more time. I was wrong, Angel. We can auction off one more thing.
Thank you.
That's
okay. A promo.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Authorities are working on an accident on I-4 westbound before Cayley Avenue. Traffic is backed up from State Road 408. There's a disabled vehicle off to the shoulder now on Florida's Turnpike, causing delays northbound between Oakland Exchange and Hancock Road. And there's an earlier accident still causing a bit of commotion here on Osceola Parkway westbound at I-4. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With savings of up to 25%, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Savings based on discounts can vary. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
One of my favorite things about That Mortgage Guy Don from thatmortgageguyDon.com is the fact that he is part of the Real Radio family. That's right. Every Saturday morning, you can tune into the Home Loans Radio Show, get your question answered live on the air, and listen to Don as he pulls back the curtain on the mortgage business because he wants you to know how it works. So if you want to work with someone who's not only an expert, your friend, and part of the Real Radio family, go to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
When you're waiting
to our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One. September 20th and 21st.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Starting Monday, listen for your chance to be there.
Hey, pool season fanatics, your summer persona is calling. It's time for sun-soaked party scenes at MGM Grand, new luxury cabanas at Bellagio, and sandy beach living at Mandalay Bay. Show off your poolside only with MGM Rewards. Visit MGMRewards.com for details.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Devin Allman Project. Live in concert. Saturday, October 12th, 7 p.m. at the Tracy Performing Arts Center. On sale now, online at thetracy.com. Don't miss your chance to see Devin Allman Project live.
Don't miss TK Law. Trendley Kramer Law calls every Monday at 6:20 on The Jim Colbert Show. Ray Trendley and the Colbert crew will be discussing all things law and not law on a variety of topics, from the latest legal news to the best new movies.
This is the sound of turning small bets into legendary wins. Only on the Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook app. The sound of parlays. The sound of paydays. The sound of watching the game will never be the same. Hard Rock Bet has already paid out millions and millions in parlays to people across Florida. Download Hard Rock Bet now, and if your first bet doesn't win, get up to $100 back as a bonus bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Funerals are expensive. Do we have enough for ours?
Yeah, I bought Smart Bunny Final Expense Insurance.
Get up to $25,000 coverage for funeral expenses and other needs for as little as $14 a month. Hop on the Smart Bunny app now for final expense insurance. Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey there, folks. Amy Robach and TJ Holmes here from the Amy and TJ podcast.
That's right. We are bringing you the tea from Perry every single day at 9 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, tea from Perry. I don't know if we're married to that name, but the point is, we'll tell you what's going on. We'll tell you what's hot, what's not.
Bottom line, everything you need to know that's going on in Paris during the 2024 games, you're going to get it from us.
Listen to Amy and TJ on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Amy and TJ and start listening.
Discover the new Buick SUVs in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Three best friends diving into the deep end of internet culture.
Make it right.
I'm going to make it right. I'll settle things up with you in just a moment here.
Sabrina
on
opened
the show.
the door just in time to hear, I'm a bad boy.
Yeah, I've been bad today. I'm going to punish myself.
Not quick enough to record it, damn it.
I will set everything straight in just a moment here. But before we do that, let's go over to this other Trump clip from the NAB, the National Association of, wasn't the NAB, was it? It was
NABJ?
Yeah, the National Association of Black Journalists. It was NABJ. And it was this thing in Chicago. He said he thought Kamala Harris was going to be there too, but she didn't show. It would have been awesome if she showed. That would have been like a really good, explosive
Well, like a
thing.
surprise debate?
Oh, hell yeah. That would have been fantastic if both of them are on the stage and the ambush thing is going on. There's just fireworks flying all over the place. But let's see what happened. I told you that Trump was going to minimize as much as possible his vice presidential candidate, J.D. Vance, because he probably thinks he's not doing fantastic for him. Here's what happened.
J.D. Vance, is he ready on day one?
Does he what?
Ready on day one, if he has to be.
I've always had great respect for him, and for the other candidates too. But I will say this, and I think this is well documented. Historically, the vice president, in terms of the election, does not have any impact. I mean, virtually no impact. You have 2 or 3 days where there's a lot of commotion as to who, like you're having it on the Democrat side, who it's going to be. And then that dies down, and it's all about the presidential pick. Virtually never has it mattered. Maybe Lyndon Johnson mattered for different reasons than what we're talking about. Not for vote reasons, but for political reasons, other political reasons.
So he's saying vice presidential picks, virtually no impact. It doesn't even matter if J.D. Vance is just some dude who's along for the ride, just like Mike Pence. And that's the position he's always going to put him in. That's how it goes in Trump world. Trump is the center of attention. He's the guy, and you get to be along for the ride if you're lucky until you're not any longer. And so that's exactly what I was talking about after J.D. Vance's launch hasn't gone quite as well as one would have hoped in Trump world, I'm sure. Things not shaping up spectacularly for him, but it doesn't really matter. He's just saying historically the vice president doesn't have any impact, and he's probably right polling-wise on there. It can swing things, and it can swing things in a bad way too. Like, I think McCain was doing okay in his campaign, and then all of a sudden McCain swerves and he nominates as his vice presidential pick a person that most nobody had heard of at the time, the governor of Alaska, Sarah Palin. And I remember at the rally and everything, he's like, my vice presidential pick, she's a real bulldog. And she comes up on the stage and you're like, who? Sarah Palin? What's going on? What's happening here? And like most things, they pick somebody who like checks off some boxes. And this is like not DEI argument territory, because I think those arguments are kind of stupid. And I think people who get mad at somebody saying DEI pick is kind of weird, because I thought DEI was supposed to be good. But just on its face, this is true. People pick vice presidents that fit particular qualities that they're looking for. So Biden was specific that he was 1,000% going to pick a woman. And then Biden was 100% specific that he was looking at a black woman to be his vice president. And so he started filtering through that. He picked Kamala Harris. And we ended up where we ended up. When you look at John McCain and Sarah Palin, he wanted to pick a younger woman to counter-program him on his ticket, and it just didn't work out. It did not work out for him. And she blew up. Huge.
That decision was only great for SNL. I mean, just...
Yeah, and the porn industry.
Yeah, nailing Palin, too.
You know what I thought was interesting? They said, excuse me for forgetting. Who plays Kamala Harris on Saturday Night Live?
Maya Rudolph.
That's right. They said Maya Rudolph got like the call.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they go,
I'm
hey,
pumped.
Maya, Kamala's the nominee now. We're going to need you for this season of
Okay.
SNL, because you're not just like vice president that shows up every once in a while in a bit or something.
What a great bargaining chip for Maya. I mean, we're going to need you. I'm going to need something too.
Yeah. Do you? I'm going to need some money, please. Let's make that all line up. So there you go. Now let's talk about this Google ad that has people pissed off. And it's an ad about AI, Google and their AI product. And it's called Dear Sydney. And if you haven't seen it, here it is.
Little girl's always been a runner, just like me. I've always thought she was following in my footsteps. Hey, go get her, baby. But lately, she's been looking up to someone else.
All right, as you can tell, this is about a young girl, and she's a runner, and she's an athlete, and her dad is narrating this Dear Sydney ad, and he said that she's looking up to this American hurdler, Sydney McLaughlin Levron, and that's sort of this little girl's idol at the moment.
She might even be the world's #1 Sydney fan. And like Sydney, she's focused on her technique. Good job, baby.
She's doing jumping jacks,
Accelerate out
jumping
the
rope.
High knees.
So now she's using AI on Google to learn how she could best practice to try to be like Sydney, the American hurdler. And that's not a problem. That sounds like a good thing. That sounds like a smart use of AI. I would do this too. That's not what the problem is.
There you go. She wants to show Sydney some love, and I'm pretty good with words, but this has to be just right. Good job. So Gemini, help my daughter write a letter telling Sydney how inspiring she is. And be sure to mention that my daughter plans on breaking her world record one day. She says, sorry, not sorry.
All right, so she uses the AI, or the father uses the AI, to have a fan letter written by his daughter to this Sydney woman, the Olympic athlete. Okay. And that's what people are taking issue with. They're like, hey, if this was real and your daughter is idolizing somebody on an Olympic team, why would you use AI to write the fan letter that is supposed to be from the heart? And it gets down to the core. It gets down to the core of this issue, where I think people are going to view this one way right now and one way in 15 years. Because right now people might be like, if somebody died and you used AI to write their obituary, you've done something wrong. If you write a fan letter to somebody and use AI and you don't write from the heart, you've done. I don't think people will think this way in 15 years.
No.
I think people will change that. We have a romantic connection to actually writing things from your heart right now that I think is going to fall away. And people are like, the little girl used AI to write a letter to her hero? It is kind of weird.
That's kind of strange to me. The obituary, I can see that is easily can be done with AI. It just, there's a lot of stuff that you can insert and plug in as far as the heartfelt things, but you've got to, that's a quick flip. As far as like a letter from a young kid, it's like, that's the cute part of it. The misspellings, like what you were trying to say, and have AI use it, then hopefully you could see it from a mile away that was written by a computer and not an 8-year-old. But
in the end, does it really matter?
Oh, Lincoln Park, nice.
Yes. Let's say I did this, Sabrina. Okay, let's say when you were leaving work today, and I'm not going to do this. And by the way, was that Gravedigger out at HQ?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We have Gravedigger in your parking lot right now? What's going on over there?
I was like, hey, I'm looking for a new car. Do you want to run over mine real quick?
Gravedigger is at iHeartRadio, just hanging out. So let's say you go to leave later today. And as you come out the door, I have thrust my leg out to trip you. And
wouldn't be the first time.
You trip, and you fall forward, and you trip, and you fall onto the ground at iHeart. And then I'm like, see you later, sucker, and I drive home. If a month later I go, I was going through something, I am really sorry, I totally apologize, I never should have done that, and I give you a letter that is written with AI that is an apology that's like heartfelt, it's still the same thing. The person still is saying through AI what they feel. And if you don't believe that, then you probably don't hand anybody ever a greeting card, right? Because a greeting card is not written by the person, but we accept it as a note of positivity and as conveying that person's message. Otherwise, you'd say, you really don't want me to feel better. You really don't care it's my birthday. This was written by some company on cardstock. We're okay with
but you went to the store and you got the card and purchased it and signed it and maybe wrote a little extra on it.
You put in the prompts to the AI to get out the message that you were looking for. I would argue that's more, because you're saying, like, I want it to be heartfelt. I want to say, I'm sorry to Sabrina. I did not mean to trip you. Well, I did mean to trip you, but I shouldn't have tripped you, and I apologize for that. I think that we're not there yet, but I think we will be pretty soon. What do you think? Let us know. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now.
If that's the case, then why even if all the communication is just going to be done by AI, What does that look like years down the road? It seems
We won't know how to speak anymore.
No, turn back into cave people. It's going to be bad. Cat Fam Life on YouTube says, in addition to it being disingenuous, you're not developing the communicative skills to express a thought, felt opinion to somebody you care about or hurt. I agree that's true, but I think it's possible to develop the skills and also save your time.
Why? By reading the letter that was written for you?
Well, if you
but
learn how...
You're prompting it to. There's like a thing to it. You can get guidance from AI, and then there's someone who's just going to completely copy and paste it.
Yeah.
And I believe you could see the difference now.
But even if you do, I don't say that it takes everything out of it. I think it still could be a valid message from the person. I've never done this.
Yes,
by the way.
you are going to. You're defending it. I've
never done this. I don't use ChatGPT to write stuff, generally speaking. But I could see the good things about ChatGPT or other AI in the time-saving features. So I want people to be able to communicate, be able to converse and socialize and say heartfelt things. But also, if some guy in marketing that you only met twice, his daughter died, and you got to send him a letter, and you have ChatGPT do it, I don't think that's terrible. I don't think that makes you a bad person. I think we can evolve as humans, make things better, and save a little bit of time on the way, and it could still be heartfelt, just like one of those cards. Tell us what you think with your dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Old news. Celebrities had to hustle before making it big. Weird kind of fraudy news. Celebrities selling their underwear but saying it belongs to an actual celebrity. I'll explain. Rihanna's got a new term under her umbrella, Ella, and it's photographer for Little Dumb Kid. Plus, the Green Ranger may be going to jail. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
iHeartRadio Olympics Update.
American swimming star Katie Ledecky setting an Olympic record in the women's 1500 freestyle on her way to her 8th career gold medal. Ledecky will look to add to her medal collection when she competes in the women's 800 freestyle starting tomorrow.
Any gold medal it's not easy to win.
Basketball action in Paris today. The U.S. women's team looking to go to 2-0 when they take on Belgium.
For NBC's live coverage from Paris, search Olympics on the free iHeartRadio app.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. On this 1st of August, it is going to be hot and steamy. There's a heat advisory in effect for our entire region. The feels like temperature, the heat index over 110 this afternoon. Our actual air temperature reaching about 94 to 95 degrees. There will be a 60% chance for late day thunderstorms anytime, especially between 3 and 6 p.m. Gusty winds and heavy rain. Also this weekend, tracking what could be a tropical system in the Gulf, producing heavy rain for our region. Stay with the Fox 35 Storm Team.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I got to fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're going to be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code OIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code OIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code OIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code OIL25.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text LION to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text LION to 42424. That's LION to 42424.
Time with family, laughs with friends, and cash back? Discover's got you covered on the last one. That's because Discover doubles all the cash back you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year with Cash Back Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
If you're struggling to lose weight, here's good news. It's called RM3 from Red Mountain Weight Loss. RM3 is a natural hormone that burns fat from problem areas like your belly, hips, and thighs, helping you lose up to 20 pounds or more per month. It's safe for men and women, and it's not a stimulant, so you won't feel nervous or jittery. Red Mountain has been helping people lose weight and avoid surgery for over 25 years. But there's never been a program this successful because RM3 helps overcome issues that cause weight gain, like a slowing metabolism, hormone imbalance, or menopause. This patented medication is available only by prescription, and you can only get it at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Why leave your weight loss in the hands of an online pharmacy when you can trust the medical professionals at Red Mountain Weight Loss? Schedule your appointment today, and we'll ship medication direct to your door. Lose up to 20 pounds by this time next month at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust new Febreze car vent clips, now with 3 times greater scent control, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with new Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing, which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 104.1.
The show that takes you from Skywall summer to Jack Rocket fall.
All things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. And years ago, God, it must have been almost 10 years ago on the show, Sabrina was doing spots for a movie called Insidious, and it was Insidious Chapter 2, and she said Insidious Chapter 2, and we did a bit out of it for a while, and then all these years later, I finally watched the movies, and now I'm up to number 5. I haven't watched number 5 yet, but I watched the first 4.
It's
and
a good
I should have just listened to you back then. I should have listened to you when it started. And I did not know that the real star, the true star of the Insidious series is the old lady from Something About Mary, who shows her boobs at that one point in time. The old lady, her name is Lynn Shay. I think she shows her boobs. Maybe she was the one who was like super high at one point in time. She's the next door neighbor of Cameron Diaz. The
You
old
just
lady
watched that
super
movie,
tan.
Richard?
No. I just when I saw her in Insidious, I was like, "That's the lady from Something About Mary," and she's the star, the true star of the series. And
I've been
it's been
doing
a fun
that,
watch.
but with the Alien franchise. I just got through all of them, with the exception of like the Alien vs. Predators. But I did all the Aliens, and then
How many are there?
So it's like it's 5 or 6. I mean, there's 2 prequels.
Yeah.
But then like the first, like the original ones with Sigourney, which third has to be my favorite. It's very like early 2000s Matrix, like that camera movement and gory as can be. And then they have the latest installment of the franchise coming out later in August.
I'm excited about that. Yeah. I want to go see that. I'm going to see that M. Night Shyamalan movie this weekend, too.
Trap or something?
Yeah.
With
all
Josh
of a sudden,
Hartnett?
Josh Hartnett comes back out of nowhere.
He was my first celeb crush.
And here we are. 2024 is a wild year. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, you can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
I think I cut your internet.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. Of course, the Home Loans Radio Show. And if you're going to be joining us for the Real Radio Poker Tournament and playing in the casino pass is still available. That is also brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. He is a friend. He is a fan of Real Radio, and he is going to be the best person to work with when it comes to refinancing or buying your first dream home.
And he's a fun guy.
Super fun.
Yeah.
Love him. Big fan. Loves to talk smack in a fun way.
Well, he's a smack talker?
I talk smack, and he's like, can you relax, Sabrina? Like, technically, I'm a client. And
I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know this was
No,
happening.
but Sean's been so annoying. He keeps talking about Disney all the time.
I don't talk about Disney all the time.
Go to
My God.
thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Obsessed with it. Remember, it used to be Universal, and now that's in the dust, I guess.
Because Courtney wanted to get annual
be
passes.
Six Flags next?
No, maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
When's the last time you've been at Busch Gardens?
Never. I'm not since I was like a teenager or something.
I went for my friend Alex's bachelor party, and that was the first time since I was a child. And this was like a group of dudes that we went, I think, 6 roller coasters back to back. And I had to say, I'm going to sit this next one out. I don't feel okay in my brain zone.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Busch Gardens is a bit intense. But
That's a lot
not
all at once.
as intense as it was 38 years ago, 1986. I was not alive, but you were, Sean.
I
Were
was.
you not?
Barely.
And this fine piece of classic cinema was released.
I was not alive, but I was germinating.
What is it?
He's fighting crime, that's for sure.
Chuck Norris?
Oh, rhymes with
RoboCop?
Chuck. Rhymes with Chuck.
Buck.
No.
I can't say that.
Quack,
Yep,
quack.
Yeah. Quack?
Duck.
Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck, yeah.
Howard the Duck was
Like,
released.
who's Duck Howard?
was released 38 years ago. Produced by Lucasfilm. Howard was actually the second Marvel movie ever after Captain America.
Wow.
That was the serial that ran for 15 episodes in theaters back in 1944. Now, although Marvel wasn't even known as Marvel Comics at that time, so you can make the case that Howard the Duck may be the very first Marvel movie ever.
Wow.
Question mark. He also did reemerge in 2014 with a cameo in Guardians of the Galaxy. So there you have it. On to more recent Marvel movies. We have Deadpool and Wolverine, and they're now crunching the numbers on all of the curse words when it comes to this rated R movie, and I'm going to start by saying all of them. The very first word that they used, I thought for sure at that point it'd be No, Sabrina, you can't curse on the radio.
Don't curse on the radio.
All right, got it.
I'm paying a full attention.
Deadpool.
Full attention.
Deadpool
Much fun.
and Wolverine were, I'm just going to keep going, 118 F-bombs.
That's not surprising to me. I wonder how many were from Deadpool. He feels like the guy who curses more.
Wolverine did seem like a curmudgeon, though.
Yeah, he's grumpy.
Curmudgeon?
Yeah, he's a grumpy curmudgeon type who doesn't want to be involved in this.
Apparently, 118 F-bombs is far from a record because we have 8 movies with a lot more. Of course, Scarface, classic F-bomb city, at 226 F-words. The Big Lebowski at 260. Pulp Fiction, 265. Reservoir Dogs, 269. Straight Outta Compton, a little bit more recent, 392.
Woo! All right.
But it gets even more F-bomby. Casino had 422. Uncut Gems.
Wait, did you say 118 F-bombs?
And Deadpool and Wolverine.
In the whole movie?
In the entire movie, yeah.
That doesn't even make the top 178 list.
Oh, my God.
Of
no.
movies with the
There's a lot
frequent
of
use of the
F-bombs
F
in
word.
movies out there. Jeez, okay.
So you already know the number one before I ask everybody? Do you
I
know,
don't know.
Sean? All right, so...
my guess would be that it's Wolf of Wall Street,
Oh,
but I
that
don't
is
know.
correct,
Is it? Okay.
my effing dude. That is 569 F-bombs.
Okay,
in the Wolf of Wall
569 divided by, how long is Wolf of Wall Street?
Let's say like an hour and 45 minutes.
It's 180 minutes.
Or that.
It's a rate of 3.16 F-bombs per minute.
That's a lot of F-bombs, man.
There's two, I don't know that they're actually like big movies, but there's two on the list here that have more. One of them is a documentary called F.
And that doesn't count.
Yeah,
and one's
makes
called
sense.
Swearing at the Movie.
Okay,
All right.
also doesn't count, I believe. So congratulations, Wolf of Wall Street, and maybe next time, Deadpool. I would say an F word out loud if I was witness to what just happened recently to this
Just get ready for
gal.
Rihanna.
Riri is right, and they're saying history was made because this surely has not happened before. A young soccer fan completely blew off Rihanna and asked her to take a photo of him with a soccer player during a match. So the unintended snub happened over the weekend at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, where AC Milan was playing. That's a big old soccer team internationally.
That is, yeah.
At a friendly against Manchester City. That's so interesting to me. Like, Manchester City is now on tour, technically, throughout the United States. Like, we just had here locally a big match. I forget against who, but there was like 60,000 people, and now Manchester goes to another city to play a soccer game.
Yeah.
It's so fun. Do we get to do that in Europe?
Well, I think the thing that happens with that in the U.S. is that we don't get exposed to those teams and can't go see them because they're in Europe. And then, like, if Manchester comes over here, Manchester United, that people are like, oh, my God, it's like the Beatles coming over or something.
So this
Big.
little punk boy saw a bunch of the All-Stars soccer style together and wanted to get a photo in. So instead of asking security or anyone else that can operate a camera, he goes up to Rihanna. I was like, can you take a picture of us? And she did, because she's a lovely lady. Did not seem bothered at all.
Yeah, I like that. If you're that famous like Rihanna, and you just taking a stride, and you're like, sure, I'll take a photograph of you. You'll be thinking about this photo very differently when you realize what happened here.
If you have your camera out, perhaps just keep your eyes peeled. They are now on the search for one of these Rangers.
Power Rangers.
The power ones.
And the Green Ranger, to be exact. Now, this, by his look, I mean, I saw a picture of him in this article. He's not our Power Rangers, Elon.
No, it's a different guy.
He's not from our time.
No, the one from our time is dead.
That will narrow it down as far as Green Rangers go. This Green Ranger in particular decided
Not my
to
Green Ranger.
assault a man in Idaho, an old man to be exact. Police in Idaho issued a misdemeanor arrest warrant for the actor who played the Green Ranger in the Power Rangers movie franchise in connection with the alleged battery of a man in a dispute over a parking space.
Oh, yeah.
If only he had Megatron.
Zord.
That is not right. No.
No, not. But okay. Now, I don't know the details, and I don't have time for them. But Do you think the old man was standing in the spot waiting for a car to pull up? And is that
If he was, that's kind of punch-worthy.
In the past, Sean, you have said that.
Yes, that's a foul. That's a foul right there. If you are not in a car and you're standing in a parking spot trying to hold a parking spot for somebody, that should be against the law, for God's sake.
Now, here are some of the details. A man in his 60s uses a walker. He was taking pictures of a license plate of a pickup truck that was parked in the disabled parking spot.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden, it turns out that was the Green Power Ranger who decided to push the victim onto the ground, stand over the victim, and utter, quote, harsh words before assaulting him even more. So keep an eye out, my friends. And finally, if you're in the California area, you now officially can buy weed from this guy.
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg is right. He has now launched his very own weed dispensary, and it's honoring the late Tupac Shakur. You can go on Instagram and TikTok and follow me there at SabbyCatCat on TikTok, at Sabrina Ambra on Instagram. Most importantly, I want you to say it with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. When we come back, a mother caught flashing at the Olympics. Is there a story behind why this happened? Because it's interesting that you would do that at the Olympics. We'll dive into that. And a brand new feature on Google Maps. I like this. I wonder if it's going to work like I'm hoping. We'll see. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Casino passes for the 2024 Just Call Mo Real Radio Celebrity Poker Tournament are still available. Go to realradio.fm/poker for more info.
Authorities have moved that accident off to the shoulder now, but there's still delays westbound on I-4 approaching Cayley Street. Traffic is backed up from State Road 408 and the right shoulder's blocked there. There's an earlier accident on Osceola Parkway westbound at I-4 and delays on Florida's Turnpike northbound between Oakland Exchange and Hancock Road. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Florida Power and Light.
I'm Jennifer, and I'm an FPL customer. I appreciate that at FPL, they are always teaching me how power works and how you can save money.
Find more ways to save energy and money at FPL.com/ways to save. FPL, working for you every single day.
Listen up, Monster Jam fans. You can join Angel from the Monsters in the Morning today for your chance to win tickets to the upcoming Monster Jam in Orlando. Every 10 minutes, he's giving out tickets, and you get to see the legendary Gravedigger up close and personal. This is all courtesy of Renewal by Anderson, the official partner of Monster Jam. So today, right here at iHeartMedia, 2500 Maitland Center Parkway from 4 to 7 p.m., join Angel and get a chance to win Monster Jam tickets every 10 minutes. Thanks to our sponsor, Renewal by Anderson.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
The Injured on the Go, JustCallMo.com Real Radio Texas Charity Poker Tournament benefiting the mustard seed of Central Florida is sold out. But you can still join us and hang with your favorite celebrities in the ThatMortgageGuyDon.com casino. Enjoy food from Hard Rock Cafe and witness who wins it all at the Solar Source Final Table. And thanks to Mills Air for providing complimentary Michelob Ultras for our poker players. Saturday, August 17th at the Orlando Science Center. Casino passes are still available. Go to realradio.fm/poker for more info.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way, literally clear the way for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, Navage.
Hey guys, August is National Wellness Month, and you talk about wellness and being well and taking care of yourself. I can't tell you how many people, well, I can tell you, I think I've counted in the past month or so, at least 6 people have told me they've been at Life Imaging FLA, they got their free heart scan, and they found out that they had a problem with their heart, blockage in their heart. They ran to the hospital, and it saved their lives. That's 6 people that I know of that are Monster listeners, Monster fans. This is really an awesome thing. It's Life Imaging FLA. They know that, the first detection of heart disease can be sudden death, so early detection saves lives of cancer and of heart disease. Get that heart scan. Just go ahead and pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan, and you'll be connected in seconds. There's a few minimum requirements, but this is a $699 value that is worth it. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan, you'll be connected in seconds. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia. It's Life Imaging FLA. Ask about cancer screening too. Life Imaging FLA.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war in term life. Industry rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call for a free quote today. 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, we've grown by offering our clients more offices, more lawyers, and recovering more than $20 billion. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. New South Window lives southern weather, and our Energy Star windows and doors are designed to keep the heat out and the cool air in. Get New South proud.
Going on now. Buy more and save more on all New South products. Volume discounts up to 30% off.
Sneezing, coughing, stuffy nose, runny nose, postnasal drip, interrupted sleeping. I was groggy at the end of the day.
Allergies and sinus congestion were making Jana miserable. Then, a friend recommended Navage. Navage provides immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Navage helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
Navage gave me instant relief. I didn't have to wait 30 minutes. I didn't have to wait an hour, 90 minutes. I didn't have to wait a minute. I ran the rinse and I felt better.
Stop suffering from congestion and start breathing and feeling your best again with Navage. Navage.
I've had people ask me how I find relief, and I tell them Navage immediately. This thing is amazing.
Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. The exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. If you ever need to talk, he'll pretend to listen. You're listening to the News Junkie.
I want to know about this. This could come in real handy for you. But first, tips at thenewsjunkie.com and Samantha emails. Good morning / afternoon. We'll take both. News Junkie crew. I'm the podcast listener that emailed about giving people who lost on Fritz on the Street a free month of secret shows. And you made my day that you actually took my suggestion. Cry emoji, cry emoji. I was having a hard anxiety attack day at work and I had to leave. I'm walking in the park listening and heard that, and it made me smile so big. Thank you. Love y'all. Love the show, says Samantha. Thank you, Samantha. And I think the pro tip, you get hit with one of those major anxiety attacks. The pro tip is supposed to be sour candy. That's supposed to be what pulls you out of the spiral. I've never tried it, but I've heard that there's some science suggesting like something about the sour candy hitting your tongue changes around some receptors.
So weird. Mine was rip all my clothes off for some reason.
That's one. That's another one, too. That's a more risky option, though. It's more risky, especially if you're in public, to be completely nude. Sour candy, just like arm yourself with it and try it one time so we can run the science through. And you can be a guinea pig on this. That's what I've heard, at least. I've seen some studies on that. Casey emails tips@thenewsjunkie.com. And you guys, there's something going on here. There is a boatload of input coming in through social media, all of the different platforms where one could message the show, through email, through dispatch. There are people who are talking about the scoring on Fritz on the Street, okay? And when they're talking about this, these people know more about our Fritz on the Street. That's the game that we play on this show. For those of you who don't know, they know more about the game than we do. I swear to God. They're giving us rundowns, and I'm like, what is this? What is this person? They're like, actually, on this date, this person scored this many. I'm like,
be careful what you say about these people.
It is intense. It's intense. So let's go through one of them here. Why do you say that? Why should I be careful?
Because I'm close to one of them.
I'm not saying anything bad. I'm saying
may or may not have like a record.
Yeah, there are multiple record books. They know more about this than we do. Casey's one of them. Good day, everybody. When I heard the dispatcher say that they remembered points counting for C-Lane when he was out, but not for Sabrina when she was out, I knew that I had remembered that correctly as well. So I did the work and went back to the podcast on iHeartRadio. On Wednesday, October 25th, 2023, C-Lane is out because of Baby Jackson, and Josh is in his place. Fritz on the Street is about to start, and Sean asks, is this counting for the record? Is Josh a sit-in for C-Lane for these baby days he's taking off, or is this just fun? And Fritz responds, yes, so Josh will be inheriting 358 points. Well, I think at that time we were going to miss C-Lane for multiple games, so we may have, just kept that going. I'm not sure. The following Wednesday, there was no Fritz on the Street. On November 8th, 2023, Sabrina is out because she's in Ireland, and Lizzie back at HQ played in Sabrina's place. Sean proceeded to tell Lizzie how the game is played. After that, Fritz starts the game like he does, saying everybody's points in first place with 368 points, C-Lane / Joshua Fowler. In second place with 346 points, Sean Watson in third place with 339 points. Sabrina Ambra in fourth place with 0 points. We have Lizzie. So, Sabrina, I 100% believe you are owed points, says Casey. Love of the show. I don't know. I don't think any points have ever actually been counted like that. I think sometimes we've said stuff.
So someone does the work, and then you still don't believe them.
Yeah, no, but Fritz said he didn't, so I'm going to go with Fritz for right now. He's got a whole notebook and everything. Maybe something was counted wrong. He's got a lot of stuff in that notebook.
I was also told that there was a couple weeks ago, I think it was one of the episodes of Fritz on the Street before the live broadcast was like, he came back the next week and gave the previous week's scores, and one of the weeks didn't even count. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I think once
sounds like I'm getting screwed over.
I don't know. Radar had a long dispatch about this. I appreciate that, Radar. But
what's up, news junkies?
It's almost 2 minutes.
I just wanted to lay some information out for the do points get recorded when a member of the cast is absent from Fritz on the Street.
It's over on the newsjunkie.com/dispatches if you want to try
a Google Drive for Fritz.
It's so intense. There's a lot of people who are following this much closer than I am, certainly.
Do we still have the poll option over there?
No, we do. We could put up a poll, but I'm just going to go with Fritz because he says he's not added the points when people have been out. We could bring this up again next week if we have to.
He's the master of ceremonies.
Oh, of course. I mean, he says that now. I'm just wondering, like, maybe he needs to be reminded that there was a different answer before. I'm confused. I don't know what they found, but I'm just getting the idea after some receipts have been presented that my point should have counted.
Well, Angel on YouTube says, you got to quit complaining or he's going to quit Fritz on the street. We don't want to upset him too much.
He contractually cannot do that.
We don't want him to flee us. That would be very, very bad. But we'll see what happens with that. More emails coming in, I'm sure. There is a mother caught flashing on camera at the Olympics. That seems like a very inappropriate place to flash, if I'm honest. Let me see if they show what a match. A tennis match. Come on.
That's a little bit more appropriate.
The Olympics flashing during a tennis match?
So boring and quiet. Why not show some boobs?
It is a quiet event for sure. But I want to show you this and tell me what you think about this. Because here's this woman. All right. I'll put this up on See It Now on thenewsjunkie.com. If you go over to thenewsjunkie.com, hit the menu, and you'll see there's a See It Now section. All the visual things we talk about on the show, we break down the wall by posting them there. So here's the mother, and her son is next to her, and some other guy is with her. Her son is right next to her. And as they turn the camera on her at this tennis match, then she goes with the flash. And she pulls up her shirt, and she's got a bikini on underneath. But
dad and son just so unaware of what's happening.
The dad and son are looking at the camera, blissfully unaware that mom has flashed during the tennis match at the Olympics.
It's not really a flash.
Thank you. Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly.
It's not really a flash.
I think it's still a flash. I think it's still a flash.
I don't think it is.
Hold on.
Okay, hold on. We could
look right in the corner though. No heat whatsoever though. But see where her fedora is.
Yeah.
And then look right to the left. That guy saw the flash.
Oh, right here. Yeah. This guy.
This guy. Boobs.
Yeah, he caught on to what was happening. He was the highest quality photo.
I think he can't see the boobs necessarily, but I think he just is. He sees the camera. He's attracted. He's gotten bored with a tennis match. He wants to know, how can I get on TV?
Who cares about that? Let's hash this out. We're going to fight over this. This is flashing.
Fighting. No one wants to fight, man.
This is flashing. All right, let me present to you my case for this. Let's say that a person, we'll call her Amanda, is at the Olympics. And Amanda turns over and pulls down her pants and shows her underwear to the camera during the Olympics. What has she done? What do you call that?
Shows her underwear?
If it's not flashing, what is it called? Because I say it's a flashing. I think there are two types of flashing. There was one type where you're completely naked, and one type is you're flashing whatever's on underneath your clothes, and it's like a kind of jokey, silly kind of flash.
I say the underwear is closer to a flash because it's something you're not supposed to see. That's a bikini she's wearing. That's not a bra. She's flashing a bathing suit.
Yeah, she is. It's definitely a bathing suit.
So I think if you're going to use the word flash, you need to follow it up with. You need to follow it up with what she's flashing. She's flashing.
What is this called then? What are you calling this?
Bikini top?
No, but what do you call the act that she's engaging in right here?
Lifting her shirt.
Flashing. She's flashing, right?
Flashing a bathing suit.
PG flashing. Yes, I think PG on chat flashing. That makes sense to me.
It's still. I mean, that's the kind of, close enough to the outfit you'd see at a beach volleyball Olympic tournament.
What does flashing mean? Because to me, flashing means showing something very quickly. Like you flash your ID at somebody. Right? We agree that that's the thing people say.
In this context, you are saying flashing as if what is considered in the U.S. Private part being exposed. But if she were to just remove her shirt altogether, then she would just be sitting in a bikini top.
Yes, but that wouldn't be flashing.
Really zoomed into the boobs right now.
We got to investigate this.
Go back to my
Sabrina's trying to touch from afar.
So if I were to just show what I have is a bralette on, not even wired bra.
Yep.
Then we would.
That's a flash.
That's a flash. All right,
no, but see, right now. So wait, where were you taking that? When you were going to say we would what?
what would we consider that? That's what
I thought you were going to wonder if we would get in trouble for it. Like, would it be something? So. We wouldn't get in trouble for it. No, I'm just suggesting that in my world, flash can also mean you're lifting up and showing something quickly when you're not actually revealing.
I can flash my belly button.
Hold them up.
Yeah, I think you would be flashing your belly button if you showed that. I think.
Now that it's like more attention to it, I'm not. It's a peer pressure flash.
We're in too far. We got to scoot back here. Okay, what do you think, folks? Let's hash this out. Let's argue over it. Go to thenewsjunkie.com.
Handsome man.
The guy, Fox. He is a photogenic dude, isn't he? He looks like Jon Stewart. Do you think he looks like Jon Stewart?
No. Yeah.
I get a little bit of Jon Stewart vibes from him. I'm going to put this up. I'm not capturing this for my own records or anything.
Put that in the boob folder.
Yeah, I'm going to put this up on See It Now so you folks can.
A boob folder for a 4-year-old.
There's not a boob folder thing. I don't have a boob folder, so to speak. I shouldn't have said so to speak. That makes it sound like I definitely have a boob folder. I don't have a boob folder.
Spoken like a person who definitely has a boob folder.
I'm really digging a hole here. Okay, let's see. I'm going to put up flashing at Olympics. It's up now on thenewsjunkie.com in the See It Now section.
Back to thenewsjunkie.com to put flashing in quotes.
Thank you so much. That's exactly what I was going to suggest.
I say that counts. I say it counts, but maybe you disagree. A lot of chat people disagreeing. I don't know. David says on YouTube, no boobs, no flash. No boobs, no flash. Maybe for you, I would still say I got flash. I've only been flashed a handful of times, and
it shows.
I've that's rude. I've missed out on the flashing so many times. Like I told you the time when Courtney and I were at a bar and my back was to this couple, and she said the woman walked away to go to the bathroom, and when she was behind me, she flashed her husband on the other side, and it's like Courtney was in perfect range. She could see everything. I'm like, well, this is not fair. This stuff happens when I'm not paying attention.
You guys have gone to New Orleans 10 times and you weren't flashed then?
I don't know if I've ever been flashed in New Orleans because we didn't go during Mardi Gras or anything.
I didn't either, and I flashed my boobs. It was like Voodoo Fest, which is October, I think. It was cold. I was at least 3 layers. Peacoat.
That's a brave move.
And then I saw a cool necklace the guy was holding in the balcony, so I just went, I'm like, 1 second, please, and unbuttoned the peacoat. Quick flash. Beads are mine.
What a transaction, you know? It's the weirdest economy ever, but it works in Mardi Gras.
And then some guy whips out his penis. I'm like, now it's not fun anymore. Now you just expose your genitals.
The economy does not work that way. Like a guy sees it and is like, oh, clearly if we expose our genitals.
It's a double standard, Sean.
Is it really? Is it?
The economy shows that if you expose your genitals.
Are you arguing it's not a double standard?
I didn't have a bead and say, if you could just whip out your D real quick, I'll hand these over. He just whipped out his penis.
Another flag on the flashing field here. Generally speaking, at Mardi Gras, women aren't flashing their crotches.
No,
they're flashing their breasts. So if a man did the equivalent of flashing his chest, you would be fine. Nobody really flashes the genitals as far as I know. There's some aggressive people.
No, I think I've seen an episode of Cops where they are specifically at Mardi Gras watching all the boob flashers go by, and as soon as a dong comes out, they're like, "You're under arrest, sir! Stop right there! You have the right to remain silent."
Gallop over on the horses and everything. It's a whole to-do. Send us a dispatch. Tell us what you think about this and other discussions on the show.
Send us boobs.
Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now.
I used to get flashed once in a while, like when I played gigs downtown.
Braggart.
He's good at soloing.
The only time that...
Also, I believe you flashed, and both of you were shirtless, continued flashing, singing along on your birthday many years ago.
That's just being shirtless. That's not flashing.
Also, I don't remember that, so it's almost as if it didn't occur. It's basically as if it...
Only one picture of it. It takes a long time to find.
It's blurry, too. It's like iPhone 1.
Yeah. I'm glad it's not like the Iggy Azalea photo of Sabrina where searched for Sabrina Ambra Iggy Azalea crotch, and it actually came up. I was like,
I mean, it's an impressive camel toe.
The internet is a glorious thing. Like, you could get so specific.
Here's another poll I want to put up. Like, should I have said something to her? Like, woman to woman, I just want to let you know we could see the everything.
Some people do that on purpose.
To work around this, it's quite clear that a man, double standard, in that case, should not say anything.
Yeah.
Correct? Right. Yeah. Okay. So a guy, if there's a camel toe near him, you should keep your mouth shut. You should not say anything. A woman,
I would say you're looking out for girls.
Yeah.
Or
I
maybe
don't know,
if you want to show it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's impossible that she's not aware, right?
But if her zipper was down, a guy could say something.
I guess. I mean,
hold on,
women's
buddy.
zippers down is... I mean, you could
Not a
certainly
risk.
be like, yeah, there's no risk at all.
But you still would tell somebody that their zipper's down.
Oh, you go with XYZ.
That's fine.
Examine your zipper. Huh?
I wouldn't even say that.
Why?
I don't know. I don't tell people when their zipper is down.
I've told you like
Courtney
5
does.
times your zipper has been down.
I know, but it directly indicates that you're looking at somebody's crotch when you divulge that information. And I just don't do. I'm like, I don't want to have this conversation with this person.
Cow's out of the barn.
I just let them wander around. Potential cow leaving the barn at any moment in time.
Or like
it's
a
a
calf.
disservice.
I don't know.
Al, you're being very generous.
All right, let's go over to another dispatch here. Here's Chris P. Bacon with a dispatch.
Afternoon, news junkies.
Hey,
Sean. With all this weird stuff that Trump says, like in every outlet that he can, whether it's a rally or interview, oh, the Democrats just post all of that all the time. Just post more of what he says because he looks like just a complete buffoon. It's some of the funniest stuff.
Okay. I don't think it works that way.
People see him saying stuff like that, they'll be like, this is not the guy that we want. I mean, it's absolute hilarity. Just some of the weird stuff that comes out of his mouth. Have a good one, man.
Here's what I think you're missing. All right, I think normal people when they watch it, they're like, Trump is hilarious. And Trump is funny. It's definitely funny. And when you watch his speeches, he says all kinds of
funny.
J.D. Vance is not a funny guy, as far as I can tell.
But there is a guy on TikTok who does J.D. Vance impression now. Where he's just like, do you guys ever put ketchup on your shirt? That guy knows what I'm talking about. And he just does
he got more flack for the childless cat women comment.
He doubled down on it.
That he did for the Diet Mountain Dew one. But I thought that was more cringe, actually, believe it or not. I thought that was like, it's just it was a strange thing to be saying in the moment. And I'm not jumping on the Democratic meme of calling all the Republicans weird. I'm just saying that was a weird-ass moment there. Anyhow, I think normal people watch Trump saying the weird stuff, and normal people laugh. If you watch the rallies and you're paying attention and you're not like Trump derangement syndrome where you look around, the people aren't really laughing at those lines. They don't laugh. They're just listening to what Trump says. Normal people, being in the vast majority of this country that aren't super political, they look at it and they laugh because it's funny. It's entertaining. And it's a whole thing. To hear the guy talk about, he's so bored with giving his speech.
Unhinged.
He wants to talk about, is it better to get eaten by a shark or electrocuted by a car battery?
My mom and dad, they're in heaven. I know they're in heaven. They made it heaven.
They made heaven.
They made heaven. That's what it is.
The Trump fans that are there aren't laughing at these things. They're super into him. It's everybody else who's laughing and either appreciating the jokes for what they're worth, or some people just watching, they're just mad at everything. So it's not something where there's a bunch of people who haven't made up their minds on this just yet. I think the show is entertaining, to say the very least.
We're just getting started, baby. What, 90-something days?
Yeah. What is it, 90? It was 99 or something the other day. It's basically less than 100 days. And you look where we are already. There's so many potential things that could happen. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break, and then I'll tell you, I got it right here about that new Google Maps feature. And then I already see Seychelles has sent in a dispatch, so I imagine
saw that.
like
I saw
Android,
some of it.
I think you had it first or something. But we'll get to that. This new feature that I think is interesting. It's coming up next.
The News Junkie.
On the News Junkie.
Real radio is The Jim Colbert Show.
Coming up on today's show, another celebrity guest co-host with Tom Sorrells, Captain Sunshine himself. Danny Meyering will be in with Date Night Done Right. Glenn Klausman with Colbert Court. Brad's Trivia, your chance to win a prize with Dominatrix Deb. Plus your calls, texts, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Klausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Klausman Law. KlausmanLaw.com.
There's multiple lanes blocked westbound on I-4 due to a disabled vehicle near Conroy Road. Traffic is backed up from Orange Blossom Trail, and there's stop-and-go traffic on I-4 eastbound approaching State Road 429 around the perimeter of I-4. No major problems on State Road 429 or the Greenway. Traffic is up to speed on the beach line there. But if you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center on James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by WhatsApp.
Me and the kids were always messaging. They LOL'd, I ROFL'd, but then I changed phone and the bubbles went green. But where there's a fill, there's a way. And I found a way to share what's in here. I'm tapping my heart.
WhatsApp, the place to safely send messages between different devices. Message privately with everyone.
Wouldn't it be nice if making decisions was easier? With Xfinity, you have one less decision to worry about. Just say what to watch into your Xfinity voice remote to see editors' picks and find what's new. You can even search by genre or mood. You can also find the ultimate dance soundtrack and play all your favorite music and artists on iHeartRadio to get the party started right in your living room. So you can skip the endless scroll and get right to the good stuff.
Don't let spring allergies make you miserable. Try the quick, drug-free solution trusted by over 4 million people, Navage. Only Navage uses suction to flush out your sinuses using refreshing saline, helping you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. And here's even better news. Navage is now available at your local Sam's Club in a great new value pack. It's everything you need to start breathing better immediately at Sam's guaranteed best price. Navage, Navage, breathe easy.
Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most: attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day, but when we're driving, cooking, working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at iHeart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Call 844-ADD-HELP-5. That's 844-ADD-HELP-5.
In today's Marketers Report, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, weighs in on the speed of audio production.
In this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy, and that's what I really like about it.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
iHeartRadio is the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. Listen to what's happening right now at the Olympics on Two Guys, Five Rings, the essential iHeart podcast for the Summer Games.
Have you ever carried a torch for someone?
It's all about the athletes.
Simone Biles is about to be taken on the ride of her life astrologically.
And the culture.
I'm Matt Rogers. And I'm Bowen Yang. We're the Two Guys.
Listen to Two Guys, Five Rings on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app, search Two Guys, Five Rings, and start listening.
Hey, homeowners, Russ Rollins here to talk to you about something serious. Your power bill. Last summer was tough, but this year could be even worse. So don't wait until the last minute to get protection and savings from solar power and backup power. Solar Source has a new pay-as-you-go solar package that lets you start with an affordable base system and add solar panels over time. Plus, their pay-as-you-go battery backup is awesome, and it lets you add critical backup power as you go. Schedule a free consultation at SolarSource.com/monsters. Get ready for a stress-free summer.
At Massey Services, we know that no two lawns are the same. That's why we create a customized lawn care plan for whatever your landscape looks like. From season to season, our personalized treatments keep your lawn healthy and beautiful all year long. Personalized, because it is personal. We take as much pride in your lawn as you do. Schedule your free inspection today at MasseyServices.com. Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Hey, what's good, guys? This is Angel from the Monsters. You guys know I love to cook on my Big Green Egg. Why? It's impressive, and everything turns out great on the Big Green Egg. If you don't have one, you got to go to Wassy's Meat Market and get a Big Green Egg. They have the lowest prices in the country. They also have all the accessories, everything that you need. They have the classroom set up so you can teach you the basic techniques on the Big Green Egg and advanced techniques on the Big Green Egg as well. When you get the Big Green Egg from Wassy's Meat Market, there's a lifetime guarantee, so check them out. It's Wassy's Meat Market. Check them on Instagram or go to their website, wassysmeatmarket.com in Melbourne on Wickham Road. It's Wassy's Meat Market.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South offers volume discounts for homeowners. The more you buy, the more you save. Our discounts start at the fourth window, and from there, the savings grow. New South can do this because we own our factory, and that's the power of Factory Direct. Visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
Hey, Cam, mind sending me over our new Wi-Fi password?
Oh, sorry, Mitch, you can't be trusted.
What?
It's your phone. It's different than mine.
Cam! And I thought I was a judgy one.
No, it's just messages between different devices aren't encrypted.
Okay. Since when do you know about encryption?
I know what encryption is, and it's because I'm the last line of defense against any would-be Wi-Fi thieves.
Cam, come on.
Okay, fine. I'll send it somewhere more private.
Thank you.
Safely send messages between different devices. On WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
This Earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
iHeartRadio is live from Paris.
The U.S. men are on fire right now. Caleb Dressel is going to have 8 Olympic medals, and all of them are going to be gold. The Americans get it done again. Man, we can't miss. Kevin Durant is lethal.
Hear all the exciting moments on the free iHeartRadio app. Bring the summer games with you. Open the free iHeart app now and enable push notifications for live updates from Paris. iHeartRadio, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Because you're never too old to learn something stupid. This is the News Junkie.
By going to thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com. We'll get to this new feature from Google Maps that I think is interesting that we should talk about. Is this a good idea or a bad idea? Truly.
Good
is the
idea.
question.
Okay. I thought, we're going to talk about it a little bit, aren't we?
It's okay. That's all right. We could do the good idea or bad idea song now. Or,
good idea. Okay. Here we go. Just let me know when you want.
Let me give you a good opportunity here, okay? What we need to determine is this a good idea or a bad idea?
Good idea or bad idea?
All right, close enough. It's quieter than it should have been, but otherwise, yeah. I saw you hitting all the buttons feverishly over there.
For some reason, you were on that too. So.
I know. Yeah, you were rerouting things, moving things over there in the studio.
I have one more arm.
I have a question for the car experts out there.
Sean has a question for the car experts.
I got the weirdest thing happening, and Courtney's answer to this is dumb. It doesn't make any sense.
How dare you?
I love her so much, but her answer is dumb.
Just because you say you love her so much doesn't mean you can't just call her question dumb.
All right, no. So look, there's this thing that keeps happening to my car. I have a Genesis G80, and when
that's a Hyundai one.
No, it's a Genesis. When we're driving the car. This light turns on every once in a while, and it's the it's the light that turns on your dashboard when your tire pressure is either too high or too low, right? But it's not the too high, too low indicator on your tire pressure. It's a light that turns on and it says TPMS. Check TPMS, and that means the thing that measures your tire pressure. Now, this light only goes off and starts blinking and all kinds of stuff at one point on the highway when we're driving. There's no bumps. There's no nothing. But it's the same point every time we drive down the highway. Same exact location. It's like we hit something. And Courtney goes, "There's some sort of energy there." And I said,
she sounds like
she sounds like Forrest with his what is Forrest?
Radon. Yeah. She said, "There's some sort of energy there or something." And I said, "Energy?" And she said, "I don't know.
Could be some electrical thing."
Well, it's better than the other answer I have. It's the same spot on the highway. Yes, it does happen to be in the direction of some theme parks, but that's neither here nor there. Same exact part of the road. There's nothing about the road that's noticeable. Like,
mile marker 69?
No, it's not mile marker 69. It's just one spot in the road every single time we're driving. Everything is totally normal. And then we get right to this one part of the highway, and then the light comes on. And then it goes off about 15 minutes later or something. And then it never comes on again, no matter where you drive.
With the road.
I don't know, but there's nothing happening on the road when you get there. It's not like you hit a bump or...
Now, did you Google this?
No.
Okay.
I didn't. No, it could be energy.
Well, it could be energy. It could be something with your car in particular. I would say try to see if there's other Hyundai owners that...
Genesis owners, man?
Have the same problem.
I don't know if anybody's having this problem.
Disney?
But I'm saying that the weird thing is it never happens. I could drive all over creation. I could drive down to Miami. I could drive up to New York City. I could drive and hang out with our friends in Rochester. I could drive to Los Angeles. It'll not do anything. But on this one highway, in this one spot, boop, every time that light comes on. That's weird.
It is weird. I wish I had an answer for that. I am at the point with Moesha, my Mazda 6, that all the lights are coming on.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we're having some things there. Blind spot monitoring has been taken out. So it just blinks. Now I have to use what they call my eyes.
Yeah, I don't like that.
And the mirror fell off.
It's all that, yeah.
And I accidentally, but I don't hate it, bought a rear view mirror for, I believe, a semi-truck. So,
it's too big?
It's so big, and it's like a concave, where it's wide angle, fish lens style, and tire pressure on and off all the time. So I'm like, we're going to run you to the ground, sweet girl.
Yeah.
Sean, does your Genesis have the kind of
Celia doesn't care.
pressure alert?
He was just waiting for you to be done so he could talk.
Had a couple more lights to talk about, but I guess I'll tell you later.
I'm interested in your rearview mirror.
Thank you, Sean.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Celia. What were you saying?
Does it have the kind of? I have questions about a rearview mirror in a second too. Does it have the kind of the alert that has what number, like what your pressure is, like on each side? No.
I mean, I have that. I have the ability to hit a button and see what all my tire pressures are in real time. But the tire pressures are fine. It's just that at that one spot in the road where nothing happens otherwise, when you drive past it, the light comes on mysteriously, and that it says...
Could you point out in a Google map where it was and send that location? Because I think we can narrow this down.
I'm going to record it next time it happens. When we're driving...
You know when we have like our meetings and I'm on Zoom, obviously paying attention to the road, but I can hear it, and then we pass by... Kia Center, and all the reception goes away. Just in that one spot. Maybe the same thing's kind of happening.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll videotape that and I'll post it when it happens so I can prove I'm not crazy. Google Maps has a new feature they're rolling out.
I skip my rearview mirror questions.
Oh, no, go. I'm sorry. Go to the rearview mirror question. This feature can wait a moment. Go ahead.
On.
Are you talking about your inside mirror that you replaced with a bigger one?
Yeah.
For me, you're shorter, so this might not be a thing. If I were to replace my inside rear view mirror with something that's too big, I don't know that I could see the road
Wait
in
till
front
you
of
see
me.
this mirror, man. You can see everything.
It's all coming into view. Google Maps' new feature will show you where to park, they say.
Ooh,
and they'll pull up information about your destination within the app as you approach it, and then they'll show you where to park within the building or near it. The app will also show parking lots nearby, and you'll be able to see the destination's information such as opening hours, live view, and how far a walk it is from where you currently are, useful for picking a parking spot. This is on Waze, and they added the feature in March, so they're rolling it out now to everybody, and
I like
that could be cool. Also, it could be cool if they did this with parking lots, sort of like when you go into the parking lot and it says how many open spaces there are on each aisle. Like if they could do that with every parking lot in the country, like keep going down this aisle, there's an open, that would be insane if they were able to pull that off.
I mean, it's not crazy to think about that if they have methods of showing you what the traffic looks like. There would just need to be a standardized system of reporting on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If there was a way to do that, or like
be fancy AF if they did too.
Yeah, it might even require like live satellites or something. But if there was a way to do that, that would be an awesome feature. You go into Trader Joe's at the parking lot of Trader Joe's, it goes turn down the next lane. And there's 3 open spots.
But then you have a Karen standing there like, I'm waiting for my husband. You can't park here.
I'm plowing right through Karen. I'm running right over if she's in that parking spot. Okay, we want to hear from you. What do you think? Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. Let's go over to one dispatch before we hit the break. Here's Funny Name talking about fairness in the Olympics.
Hey, guys. Happy day. Life is not fair. Not everybody gets to do everything, and not everybody gets to be great at everything. If you're in a wheelchair, bound to a wheelchair, I'm sorry, you're probably just not going to be a great downhill slalom skier.
You could.
It's just not going to happen. So there's just some things that you don't get to do. I, as a dumpy white guy, will never get to dunk, no matter how much leg training I do and practicing I do. It's just not going to happen, and that's okay.
I don't know. There's hope on that. I saw a video where this guy started practicing jumping, and at first he really couldn't jump that high. I assume he's telling the truth here. And then he did all these workouts, and all of a sudden he could jump over a couch. And I thought, there's a chance. I'm never going to pursue it because I just, just to know there's a chance that I might be able to do this if I really, really wanted to. I probably couldn't, but yeah, just to have that there is enough.
I would pay
for me.
a lot of money to see you try.
Try to jump over a couch?
Yeah, dude.
Man, it's looking more intimidating. The longer I look at this couch across from me, the more intimidating it
with
gets.
Fritz, like, how many sets you did of the thing?
Yeah, but that's not going to help me with this. Just lifting weights I could do, but physical activity, no, I can't. Mega desk, can't jump over that. I'll probably die. Quick break. When we come back, jury duty is on the way. We also got to talk about something that happened to Jennifer Aniston. Celine brought this up during the break, and I was like, that's crazy that this story is spinning out like it is. We got Comic-Con is going to make an appearance in jury duty as well. What happened there? Wait till you hear this. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Something on your mind? Text us at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
The legend of Katie Ledecky grew on Wednesday with a star swimmer adding a record-tying 8th Olympic gold to her resume. She crushed the field in the 1,500-meter freestyle, but says it wasn't easy.
Any gold medal it's not easy to win.
The finals of the women's gymnastics all-around are underway, with American Simone Biles and Suni Lee going for gold.
Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings Fantasy.
Florida football landed a highly rated 2025 recruit yesterday. Four-star athlete Demetrius Samuel Jr. flipped from Syracuse to the Gators. Former Florida swimmer Caleb Dressel will begin his quest for another Olympic medal in Paris today. He'll compete in the 50-meter freestyle. And nearly 13 million people tuned into NBC and Peacock in the late afternoon Tuesday to watch U.S. women win gymnastics gold. I'm Scott Davidson.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer this season with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Daytona always brings the drama.
Everything's on the line. The risk will be higher.
3 wide.
Look how insane this is.
Gunning to keep playoff hopes alive. It's now or never.
It's the most stressful night of racing that you'll ever go through.
For an unforgettable weekend of family fun, high wattage star power, and a front row seat full of fireworks. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 23rd and 24th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Funerals are expensive. Do we have enough for ours?
Yeah, I bought Smart Bunny Final Expense Insurance.
Get up to $25,000 coverage for funeral expenses and other needs for as little as $14 a month. Hop on the Smart Bunny app now for final expense insurance. Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential. But finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
iHeartRadio is the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. Listen to what's happening right now at the Olympics on 2 Guys, 5 Rings, the essential iHeart podcast for the Summer Games.
Have you ever carried a torch for someone?
It's all about the athletes.
Simone Biles is about to be taken on the ride of her life astrologically.
And the culture.
I'm Matt Rogers. And I'm Bowen Yang. We're the 2 Guys.
Listen to 2 Guys, 5 Rings on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app, search 2 Guys, 5 Rings, and start listening.
Don't let spring allergies make you miserable. Try the quick, drug-free solution trusted by over 4 million people. Navage. Only Navage uses suction to flush out your sinuses using refreshing saline, helping you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. And here's even better news. Navage is now available at your local Sam's Club in a great new value pack. It's everything you need to start breathing better immediately at Sam's guaranteed best price. Navage. Navage. Breathe easy.
Business owners, had enough of this yet? Are you just done and ready to retire? Is money tight? Or maybe business is at an all-time high. You have options. Don't just walk away. We can help you sell, retire, and just relax no matter what your situation is. Hi, I'm Andy Cagnetta, and at Transworld Business Advisors, we've been selling businesses for over 40 years. And with offices located around the world, we have thousands of buyers ready to buy your business now. Don't wait until the last minute or try to do it yourself. That is a recipe for disaster. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value and how Transworld can maximize your eventual selling price. We will help you win. And in the current climate, you need help to sell your business. Call Transworld at 833-SELL-FLA or visit tworld.com. That's 833-SELL-FLA or visit tworld.com.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. August, it's National Wellness Month. That means you need to focus on some self-care, stress management, maybe some healthy habits, but you also need to focus on yourself completely, and that means making sure you have no surprises with Life Imaging FLA and their free heart scan. With just a few minimum requirements, it is a $699 value. There's no question that early detection saves lives, and Life Imaging is in that business. They're all about getting you the information of what's really happening in your body. That way you can make a plan for your long-term health care. And August is the time to do it. You know, when it comes to heart disease, one of the most terrifying stats out there that in 30 to 40% of heart attacks, the very first symptom is sudden death. And remember, guys, this takes no time at all, about 10 minutes, no injections. You don't have to take your clothes off. And it's easy to make your appointment. Just pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say the keyword free heart scan. That's pound 250. See the keyword free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. Take control of your long-term health care today. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
The door to your happy place is right around the corner at Shipley Donuts. With more than 60 varieties to choose from, Shipley Donuts serves freshly made delights daily. Visit us today at 2255 South Cimarron Boulevard.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust new Febreze car vent clips, now with 3 times greater scent control, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with new Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing, which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up, Oscar!
Don't miss up to 70% off select major appliances at the Lowe's closeout event. But hurry, these deals are too good to last because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 8/7 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Watching the world burn with some friends since 2007. This
Jury duty in just a moment, and Comic-Con popping up in jury duty. Why would that be? We'll find out momentarily. Man, I'm watching the reaction to this Olympic gender drama stuff, which, if you missed it, we talked about early on in the show, I think in like the second segment or something. And now it's one of the top trends on Twitter. And it's kind of interesting to see just how confused absolutely everybody is on this issue. And here's one of the tweets that's getting a lot of attention out there is this trends. Somebody said, those who don't know, this isn't the first time trans men are allowed to play in women's sports. They're everywhere, which is ridiculous. In swimming, Ruby, I think they meant rugby, etc. This is Leah Thomas, who is 6'4" and has been competing in women's swimming and broke records. This is an evil agenda to normalize trans men as women. Okay, so there's so many things wrong with that tweet. This isn't about trans men, which it implies a biological female who is living life as a transgender man. Nobody even cares about that. That doesn't come up in stories at all. Nobody thinks that a trans man competing against biological men is a problem because they don't have any advantages. It's not a thing of contention. So that's not what's happening here. It's not a thing. Bringing up Leah Thomas. Leah Thomas is a biological male competing with biological females. That's not what's happening at the Olympics. It's not a transgender issue. It's the person's actual genetic markers are XY, which are the indicators of a biological male, not XX, which are a biological female. But the person has female genitalia and is not like intersex or anything, and they have incredibly high hormones. So this person is a real like anomaly. Both of the people in the Olympics who have been allowed to box in the Olympics, they're total anomalies, these people. But everybody's taking it as like this is some transgender thing. This isn't a trans thing. This is not trans sports. It's not that these people are not transgender. It's a completely different issue. And it's so weird to see, or interesting at least, to see this being spun in that direction. But it's happening a lot. We'll get to what you think. I see some dispatches on that and various other things we've talked about during the show. But right now, let's do jury duty.
court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. If you get into an accident, make sure you're making the smart move. Maybe it's somebody in your family who's been in this accident, got hurt a little bit, and they need an attorney. 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. A BDM ex-con on Twitch says, if you have XY chromosome, what gender are you? That's kind of complicated. For 99.99999% of people, an XY chromosome is always indicative that you are a biological man. But what also seems weird to me is imagine, you don't really have to imagine because that's what's going on in this case. There's somebody that was born with a vagina and lives life being a woman and goes through all the other associated things that a woman would go through and be like, no, you're a man. And they're like, well, I'm not transgender. And you're like, no, you're a man. And you're like, but I have a vagina. This seems weird to yell at that person and say they're a man. You can totally, and this is what I was getting into, talk about, is it fair if somebody has biological advantages over others? Or you could talk about how the International Olympics Committee should not have overturned the boxing committee's ruling on these two being able to perform at the Olympics. Those are totally legit places. Those are totally legit places to lay down arguments and have a conversation. But you got to open your brain up a little bigger for this because this isn't like a Caitlyn Jenner story. Like, that's not what it is. It's a much more complex thing. There's that African runner, I believe, Simoyan or something is her name, and she's been at the center of this forever because she has incredibly high testosterone, and they were trying to make it so she couldn't compete in different sports. And I can't imagine being somebody like that, and everybody's running around like, you're a man, you're a man. You're like, I don't have male genitalia. I don't have any of the other indicators that I'm a man. But when you look at me on a biological level, I have different markers that seem to create some kind of unfairness. That's an interesting one. It truly is. And we'll get a little further into that maybe at some point. But right now, let's talk. Do you have the story, Sabrina, please, about the Comic-Con situation that made it into jury duty today?
Bet your butt I do. So there was an anti-human trafficking sting operation at Comic-Con that resulted in 14 arrests. I guess cops had worked both sides. They went undercover as sex buyers and also posted fake ads selling sex in order to catch the would-be buyers. In addition to the 10 arrests, 10 victims were recovered and offered support services, 9 adults and 1 16-year-old. All this at Comic-Con.
Did they purposely targeted Comic-Con for this? Or did it just happen to be?
The idea that there's 100,000 people.
A gathering of people, yeah.
They say, unfortunately, sex traffickers capitalize on large-scale events such as Comic-Con to exploit their victims for profit. So they utilize that for the sting operation and arrested 14 people.
They usually talk about this around the Super Bowl, I think, each year. I think there's a story about something like this. But Comic-Con, I would love to go to Comic-Con, actually. Comic-Con's become such a big event that they are announcement crazy. All the big companies are teasing all the new stuff that's coming up. Dr. Doom, Robert Downey Jr., tons of excitement around that. I like that. I think that's pretty cool. I think it might be kind of expensive to go, but I would
do media.
Yeah, I would still absolutely.
Represent.
Yeah, I'll actually write stuff. I'm not good at taking pictures. I'll do some videos.
No, we still have to get out to San Diego.
That's true. It's a long flight, but if anything's worth it, that's worth it. I want to walk around and see the vendors. I want to do all of the things. I don't know if I'm getting old, but conventions start to seem fun at some point, and
it seems kind of weird or odd that they would choose Comic-Con. I mean, I guess maybe the stuff is not happening on the grounds of Comic-Con, is it? You know, it's like just kind of on the outskirts, but they bring them in there just because that's the place where people are doing it. Like, I don't know. It seems odd.
It is. It's strange. BDMXCon continues. He's talking about on a chromosomal level. Chromosomes is how you determine gender biologically. So to say they're a biological woman with XY chromosomes is a contradiction. I don't think it is. I think what we're talking about here is such a fringe case. But imagine there's somebody in front of you, a buxom, curvy woman to your eyes, and you see that this woman has naturally enlarged breasts, has all the indicators that this woman is a biological female. But then I tell you, I did a test. This person, even though they have all of the body parts, all of the things, for some reason, they have a condition where they still serve up XY chromosomes. Are you going to yell at that person and say, no, biologically, you're a male?
I know some people that would.
I wouldn't say that. I don't follow along all this stuff where it's like you're forced to say whatever gender somebody thinks they are. But this is a person who is as a female. That's a female. Even if you look at the chromosomes and you see that it's a chromosome markers that are 99.9999% of the time shown to be a man, that's a female. And it just so happens that they have a chromosomal issue. I'm
curious how this came up in the first place. Like, did somebody
complain?
Somebody complained?
Yeah, somebody complained, and they had to run through all the testing on these boxers to see if they
Because they don't typically just
cheating.
test boxers to see if they're male or female, usually, right?
I don't think so, no. They did an investigation in the boxing committee to see if there was an unfair advantage here, just like they did into that runner that I was talking about, because she kept beating everybody in the women's category. And they're like, it's a man. And they did all the work. And they're like, well, sometimes it gets a little more complicated than that. And as I said, it's totally separate from like any kind of trans issues. It's just the complexities of biology and then the complexities of fairness and competition. If somebody does present as a woman and biologically appears to be a woman, and then they also have some like weird advantages, is that fair? The woman who got beat in 45 seconds called off the fight in the Olympics. She doesn't think it's fair. So that's where this kind of pops up from. All right, when we come back, we've got a lot to talk about before we wrap up the show. I've been into this idea of breaking down the barrier of communication with animals in my lifetime. I think we're going to see this happening, where we could communicate, actually know like what animals are saying to us, and we could talk to animals. There's something that could be a huge breakthrough in that world that has just come in. Wait till I hear you about what scientists are saying about this particular chimpanzee. That is coming up next in the News Junkie.
Casino passes for the 2024 Just Call Mo Real Radio Celebrity Poker Tournament are still available. Go to realradio.fm/poker for more info.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. goldsmithjewelry.com.
The left turn lane is blocked on Colonial Drive eastbound at Lake Pickett Road. An earlier accident still causing a bit of congestion here on Anderson Street eastbound before Crystal Lake Drive. Multiple lanes are blocked on I-4 westbound at Conroy Road, causing delays. Traffic is backed up from Orange Blossom Trail. Just travel with caution in these areas. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, we offer a full suite of nursing programs from pre-licensure to doctoral, online and on campus. Programs vary by campus. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
Folks, Mills Air has been in business since 1992. That is over 30 years, and they're a Carrier factory authorized dealer. That means they can get you rebates, big rebates, up to $1,275 for a brand new Carrier unit. Why wouldn't you go with Mills Air to get access to that and save on a new Carrier unit? You could always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to Mills Air. They can set you up with preventative maintenance at Mills Air. That can save you money and detect an upcoming breakdown before it happens. That's great peace of mind right there. The number, 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159, or go to millsair.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Devin Allman Project. Live in concert. Saturday, October 12th, 7 p.m. at the Tracy Performing Arts Center. On sale now, online at thetracy.com. Don't miss your chance to see Devin Allman Project live.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
I'm John Morgan, here to urge you to vote yes on Amendment 3 and legalize the adult use of marijuana. There are a lot of reasons to vote yes on Amendment 3, but let me give you one more good one. Today, too many adults are sitting in our jails simply because they were using marijuana, and that is just wrong. If I was your governor, I would free or parole every person in jail for possession, and then expunge everyone's record. Amendment 3 will put a stop to this and let the cops fight real crime, not fake crime. I'm tired of people being thrown in jail for something that is less harmful than alcohol or opioids. So now let's finish what I started and join me John Morgan, in voting yes for the people and for Amendment 3.
Vote yes on Amendment 3. Paid political advertisement paid for by Smart and Safe Florida, 1400 Village Square Boulevard, Suite 3, 321, Tallahassee, Florida, 32312.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text LION to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text LION to 42424. That's LION to 42424.
Renewal by Andersen is having their end of summer sale, and it's hotter than the Florida sun, and that's saying something. Renewal by Andersen's windows combine chic design with custom-built craftsmanship, providing impact resistance against Florida's extreme weather, which is more important than ever now that we're in the midst of the hurricane season, especially if you live on Florida's coast. Plus, everything is made in the USA. Now through August 31st, receive $300 off every window and $825 off all patio doors. Plus, 0 money down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 12 months. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today. And be one of the first 50 callers and receive a free True Scene screen upgrade. Again, visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today. Official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
When I smoke weed, I get lost in the music. I like to isolate each instrument. The rhythmic bass, the harmonies on the piano, the sticky melody.
Hey, careful, babe. There's someone crossing the street.
Sorry, I didn't see him there.
If you feel different, you drive different. Don't drive high. It's dangerous and illegal everywhere. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Florida residents get in for only $17.50 till the end of August at Gatorland.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. They're best friends. Unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the...
It's making me feel a little bit better when I look at this. And somebody has put together... Probably. Somebody's put together this study about people drinking and the percentage of Americans who drink a lot of alcohol or none at all. Like 30% of American adults don't drink at all. They don't have any drinks ever. They do not imbibe. And they say another 30% on average have less than one drink per week. So that's 60% of Americans who either have less than one drink per week or none at all. They're barely drinkers, in my estimation. But then they said the top 10% of Americans, 24 million adults in total, consume an average of 74 drinks per week, or a little more than 10 drinks per day.
Damn.
And
that's a lot.
Wait, how many percent of adults do this?
10%. Top 10% of American adults, 24 million of them, consume an average of 74 drinks.
No. That's the top 10% of alcohol drinkers. Does it say how many percent of adults that is?
The top decile, it says the top 10% of American adults, 24 million of them. Yeah, it says 24 million of them. So it's Yeah, that's 1 out of 10 adult Americans, is it not? 24 million people? That would count for 240 million adults, and then
This
the rest
math
would
makes
be
me want to drink.
kids or something, 350 million?
I just think it's worded weird.
Yeah. On the other hand, they said the top 10% of American adults, 24 million, consume an average of 74 drinks per week or a little more than 10 drinks per day. And I say to those folks, I salute you. I'm not even in that category. 10 drinks per day, 73.85 drinks per week. And they like stack it up on the chart with martini glasses and beer bottles and beer mugs, like to visualize how much these people are drinking. This makes it look like most people don't drink much of anything. Like 70% of people have less than 2 drinks per week. That seems very low to me, actually.
But then you go out and you see everyone's drinking their asses off, and a large amount of people. So,
I guess
not that I don't trust this survey, but it's also, are you asking everyone?
I guess so. This is from the Washington Post. Washington Post Wonk blog did a study, and they said the top 10% of alcohol drinkers in the U.S. consume 74 drinks per week, which
it's just
a lot.
The phrasing for me is weird because on the chart it says the top 10% of American adults. What do you mean top 10%? Just 10% of American adults. Is that the same thing?
Well, they're the top 10% in terms of drinkers. So, like, it would be like saying the top 10% of golfers, or no, that wouldn't even be the same. They're saying of drinkers. Right? No, not even of drinkers, of Americans.
They're saying both because Mike Beckham, who tweeted this, in the tweet it says, or the X post, it says the top 10% of alcohol drinkers consume 74 drinks per week.
My brain
And
hurts.
then in the chart it says top 10% of adults, which
Because this
would
is
include
adults.
non-alcohol drinkers.
Yeah, and they do, because the first 3 categories, if you go full screen on you see there's 0, 0, 0. And then 0.02, 40% of the people having just like almost nothing to drink per week, 50% basically.
No wonder it's called Wonk Blog. It's very confusing.
The point you should take away from this is 73 drinks is a lot, folks. That might be too much for you.
Because they're sad. They don't have anyone to drink with.
I also would ask them what's their definition of one drink.
Right. Is it that old school, like one shot is one drink?
Yeah, I think so, right? Like a shot would be a drink, a glass of wine would be a drink, a beer would be a drink.
I couldn't do 10 in one sitting.
That's a lot.
Every day?
10 a day every day. That's. I mean, look, I have some drinks, folks. I do. At this point in time, I've taken 2 days off per week.
How many drinks did you have at Disney?
None. I mean, I don't drink anywhere where I'm going to
turned into a drinking day.
It did turn into a drinking day because we were in France at Epcot, and then Courtney was like, "We're not drinking tonight," and she was like, "I wanted to watch that Insidious. I got a drink for that. I'm scared." And I'm like, "Okay, well, we'll move the non-drinking day over." So we moved it to another day. We just have 2 days a week where we're not drinking right now.
Is that 10 in one session, though, once you start watching Insidious?
No, I don't think so. Not that many. Just like some shots. We have some shots of whiskey while we're watching a movie. Just enjoying the movie, having a couple shots.
Cheers, babe.
Relaxing. And I don't even drink White Claw, beer, anything like that anymore. I don't. It's
just
all
straight up whiskey.
Just whiskey.
You and I are making the same.
Just whiskey now.
I will get a beer just to have something in my hands.
Now
water for that.
Yeah, but it's so boring.
In a way, I go, well, that's better, right? And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it's worse. It's just gotten more potent as time has gone by. Let's go to a couple emails real quick. TipsTheNewsJunkie.com. Brandon emails, and Brandon's got a brain on his shoulders. He's helping me out here. I was telling him about the weird problem with my car. Brandon says, go to wherever you got your last tires done and have them reset the sensors. They have a tool, and they'll do it for free. Discount Tire might do it for free regardless if you bought them there. If it keeps turning on after that, there may be some sort of signal in that area that is interfering with your tire measurement sensors.
Literally what I said.
Very smart, Brandon, because I actually did get new tires recently. That did happen. It's just weird to me that the alert is kicking on only at one part on one road every time I do it.
Has to be a sensor over there.
Anonymous says to all of us, this is, Casey is a dumbass. Please keep me anonymous. Casey was the one that emailed about the Fritz on the Street performances earlier. Anonymous says, all of these instances where points counted, there was a third person playing for the person missing. Last week, there was no one playing for C-Lane, hence why the points wouldn't count even more. There was no stand-in, they're saying. The controversy continues.
Yeah, but when Josh is here, when Sabrina's out, he has his own little tally of like 41 or so points or something.
Yeah.
And but that doesn't we add to his but not to the other two.
Don't demean his points. 41 is still impressive.
He's got a tiny amount of points. Buddy, he's the only one making you look like you're not the biggest loser.
Wow. Now you've turned it around on me. This is hurtful. I'll just read the next email. Yeah, you did, actually. you told me what happened.
The continuity is solid here.
Frank says to tipsofthenewsjunkie.com, "Hi, Sean. Hope you're doing well. Wanted to ask if you talked about bats recently."
Let's go to break.
He wants to talk about bats. We'll let him do it.
About bats.
I've noticed a lot more bats. Oh, you like birds, but you don't like bats? Come on.
I like bats,
are cool.
but I'm like, what are we going to talk about bats on the radio for?
Maybe let Frank get through with his point. It might be interesting.
I've noticed a lot more bats recently. I wonder what that's about. It's summertime. There's more mosquitoes out.
I just said that part. That's why you knew what he was going to say. He said, I've noticed a lot more bats over the past few years, and it seems a bit unusual. The other day, my friend told me she had to move out of her apartment until the end of August because a couple of bats got into her attic and had babies. Now there are dozens of bats in her house.
So she has to move out to the end of August? They can't evict the bats?
Frank says apparently they're endangered, so she's not allowed to touch the bats or have them removed until the end of August. Isn't that wild? Let me know if you've heard anything about this bat situation. Best, Frank. And he says,
Frank,
P.S.
how many drinks do you have a week?
He says, I wrote this with ChatGPT. Could you tell?
No.
I couldn't. And it meant the same to me,
That's
Frank.
funny.
I appreciate it. I don't know if that's true or not about the bats not being able to be removed from your house.
I'll take more bats. The mosquitoes
bats are good.
Horrendous at
I
my
love
house.
the bats. Yeah. You can't get enough of them things. Bats are great. They don't bother me in any way. And I wish I didn't chase the bats out of my backyard because I cut the limb off that tree. That was where they were living, and they got mad.
You cut it?
I didn't cut it. I mean, somebody cut it. I can't be out there doing that myself.
But since we're talking about flying things, we got a big update for my birdhouse.
Yeah.
Went through the footage yesterday. I just got a new bird. New bird alert. You won't believe it. Got me a great tit bird. Great tit mouse. Tit mouse? Tit bird?
Wow. Okay, so bat talk bad. This good.
Right. Do you want to talk about your tires more?
We could. I've gotten a lot of email, and there's been
I'm
feedback
good.
about the tires, and people are interested.
Any moving tips?
Yeah. All of a sudden, Sabrina's the barometer for what we're allowed to talk about and not talk about, and what's interesting.
I just... You have ears, man. Come on. We knew exactly where that email was going.
The email was interesting. It's interesting to think about if you have bat invasions going on inside your house and you can't do anything about it. I'm giving the person credit for it. Thank you, Frank.
Of course you are.
Thank you for the email. Now over to another obsession of mine, which is this idea that there will be a huge breakthrough in the animal world, and we'll be able to communicate with not just like our pets, but with all animals in our lifetimes.
Like
I
birds?
believe this can happen. Maybe birds don't have much to say.
Look how stinking cute. Did you guys get the video?
No.
Look how cute this bird is.
I didn't get it.
Oh my gosh, I can't get over.
I might have been just trying to be mean about your bird
and keep it forever.
I don't have it either.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I guess I
didn't
go
sound-
F myself.
I think Apple thought your bird thing wasn't interesting enough, so it just didn't send it through to us. Just shut it down. This is part of my dream here, and it's happening. And they said fears of a Planet of the Apes type future have been sparked as scientists claim chimpanzees can speak. Cool. Yes, that's right, friends. It's long been thought that the key skill separating us humans from our closest living relatives is our ability to speak and the fact that they can't.
So vocal
However,
cords.
Scientists now claim that chimpanzees have been able to speak all along. I think chimpanzees still have vocal cords, don't they?
No, they do. That was a stupid thing to say. But they can speak. I mean, but we've also been able to communicate with them. Hello, Coco.
Yeah, they know sign language. Yeah, Coco definitely knows sign language.
What did Michael Jackson have? Was that a chimpanzee? Because didn't he wanted to put vocal cords in it to talk?
Oh, really?
I don't know. I don't remember that. It could have been. It says the researchers reviewed old experiment footage, and some of the chimps kept in grim, this is so sad, grim, unethical conditions as part of the study. While you might think the one word uttered by these caged primates would have been help, scientists believe they saw chimpanzees muttering mama. And they said the chimps that were like not kept well were saying mama, and they believe that they picked this up and syllabic speech, I think is what they call it, is what they're trying to unlock in these animals. And that's even without technology. Like, imagine how crazy it would be if the chimpanzee just walked in the room and was like, yo, what's up?
But why can't they talk?
I don't know.
Like, why can't you have a parrot that can mimic a human voice almost perfectly? Crows as well. But then chimpanzees that look so close to humans with everything but their speech.
Stoner question big time here. We know
Video send.
that birds, like Sabrina was saying, parrots, etc., macaw, all that, they can sound just like people, and they can speak and say words, and they can learn things. Can a bird actively respond to you knowing what it's saying, though? Like, if you teach the bird to say, I'm hungry, do you think a bird will learn, okay, I could say I'm hungry, and then I get food when I say that? And now is that bird actually talking?
I mean, there's a bird I follow that goes, give me a kiss, and then it goes and gives you a kiss. Like, it requests the kiss and then shares kiss.
Bongo, we used to teach Bongo to do that.
Oh, rest in peace,
Yeah,
Bongo.
give kisses.
Damn it, Bongo.
Throw my
Brought it back up again. So sad. Okay, let's work in a couple more dispatches while we have an opportunity. Here we go. Tree Climber has a dispatch for us.
Good morning. My name is Kate Austin.
Hi.
And I was listening to the show this morning about the boxing, and I feel like men should stay in their lanes. They don't need to be involved in women's sports, no matter. And we don't need any radical changes to that. I felt really bad for those girls. They worked hard to get there.
All right. There's so many people.
Sweet as a button.
There's a lot of people who misunderstand this story. Let me ask a huge question to all of the married dudes out there who are listening right now. All right? If your wife went to the doctor today and the doctor goes, some news for you. All right? Number one, your overall health looks really good. We had your gynecologist do some work, and everything in the pap smear came out good. Looks good. Your lungs are optimal. Your heart is in good condition. One thing we did notice, though, ma'am, was that you have a chromosomal anomaly, and you actually have XY chromosomes, which is the chromosomes of a biological man. Now, when your wife comes home and she's like,
Locks changed.
My doctor told me the darndest thing. My doctor told me, despite everything, I'm in really good shape. I have a chromosomal abnormality where I actually have XY chromosomes instead of XX chromosomes. Are you going to leave your wife because of that? You're like, well, that's gay. You're a man. I can't. Nobody's going to do that. Right? That's why this becomes a different conversation.
Would do that.
I mean, what kind of weirdo would be like, everything looks the same, your body functions, everything is the same. You're the same person I knew, everything, but you have this chromosomal anomaly, and then therefore we can't be together. Nobody would react that way. And that's kind of what's going on here. The only argument you can make is, I think when somebody has one of those anomalies, and if somebody has too much testosterone in their system, then there's an unfair advantage, and that person shouldn't be able to compete on an Olympic level. There we go. Okay, that's a real conversation and an interesting one to have. The other part is everybody's tilting at windmills. You're fighting shadows. It's not something that's actually happening in this case. Let's see. Douglas is talking about the Olympic shooting competition.
Hey, news junkies.
Hey.
Yeah, the shooters in the Olympics there. If they would have set them up, in a schoolroom setting, I think we would have taken gold. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
Therein lies the point.
Dark.
Thanks, Douglas.
Dark, Douglas.
Let's do.
I was also mid sip of a soda. I was like, "Where's it going?
Where's he heading?" Actually, we'll take a quick break. We'll take a quick break and we'll reset. We got to talk about O.J. Simpson back in the news again, and they're setting up his estate. And is there anything in it that you might want from O.J. Simpson now that he's dead? Does he have anything that's going to be auctioned off that you might be into? Potentially. We'll see. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
I-4 westbound is slowly opening up here. The left lane is now blocked approaching Conroy Road. Traffic is still backed up to Orange Blossom Trail. There's delays due to an accident on Colonial Drive eastbound at Lake Pickett Road. The left turn lane is blocked there, and an earlier accident still causing a bit of commotion here on Anderson Street eastbound before Crystal Lake Drive. Watch out for that one. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by HCA Florida Maitland Emergency. HCA Florida Maitland Emergency, located just south of Maitland Boulevard on Forest City Road, is now open 24/7. Visit HCAFloridaHealthcare.com to learn more. This emergency department is part of Oviedo Medical Center. This is not an urgent care center. Its services are billed at hospital rates.
Win your way to our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One. September 20th and 21st. T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, streaming live only on Hulu.
Starting Monday, listen for your chance to be there.
Hey, pool season fanatics, your summer persona is calling. It's time for sun-soaked party scenes at MGM Grand, new luxury cabanas at Bellagio, and sandy beach living at Mandalay Bay. Show off your poolside, only with MGM Rewards. Visit MGMRewards.com for details.
Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most: attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day. But when we're driving, cooking, and working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at iHeart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Visit iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Capital One's Chief Brand Officer, Mark Mentry, weighs in on building loyalty with customers.
Capital One has really worked to create amazing access moments for our customers. We will do sound check parties that only Capital One cardholders can get access to, and we can't pull that off without iHeart.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Cam found out that group chats between different phones aren't private.
Or encrypted. Thank you. We only text in code. Yes, which I created. I created a code.
Yes. Which can be a little annoying.
Wait, was that your attempt at the code?
You already forgot the code, didn't you?
I should have written it down.
The place to safely send messages between different devices. WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
Monster Jam. Massive stunts. All-out racing. Crazy skills. Monster Jam. As big as it gets. The fun begins at the pit party, where you can meet the drivers, get autographs, take pictures, and see the trucks up close. Get your $20 pit party pass at monsterjam.com today. Must have valid event ticket to enter pit party. Restrictions may apply. Rules and activities are subject to change. Visit website for event details. Coming to Kia Center this Saturday and Sunday.
Hey, what's good, guys? This is Angel from the Monsters. You guys know I love to cook on my Big Green Egg. Why? It's impressive, and everything turns out great on the Big Green Egg. If you don't have one, you got to go to Wassy's Meat Market and get a Big Green Egg. They have the lowest prices in the country. They also have all the accessories, everything that you need. They have the classroom set up so you can teach you the basic techniques on the Big Green Egg and advanced techniques on the Big Green Egg as well. When you get the Big Green Egg from Wassy's Meat Market, there's a lifetime guarantee, so check them out. It's Wassy's Meat Market. Check them on Instagram or go to their website, wassysmeatmarket.com in Melbourne on Wickham Road. It's Wassy's Meat Market.
Hey, homeowners, Russ Rollins here to talk to you about something serious, your power bill. Last summer was tough, but this year could be even worse. So don't wait until the last minute to get protection and savings from solar power and backup power. Solar Source has a new pay-as-you-go solar package that lets you start with an affordable base system and add solar panels over time. Plus, their pay-as-you-go battery backup is awesome, and it lets you add critical backup power as you go. Schedule a free consultation at solarsource.com/monsters. Get ready for a stress-free summer.
I'm John Morgan, and I'm asking you to stand with me and vote yes on Amendment 3. Amendment 3 will be on your ballot in November, and it will allow adults to possess or safely use marijuana. And that's a very good thing. Amendment 3 will put an end to bad laws that not only cost us millions in law enforcement dollars, but also cost thousands of Floridians their freedom. Nearly 250 years ago, our nation declared our independence. Now it's time for us to declare our independence from laws that demand jail time for simply having or consuming marijuana. Our system of treating adults who consume marijuana as criminals is madness. Join me, John Morgan, in supporting our own Declaration of Independence and vote for the people and vote yes on Amendment 3.
Paid political advertisement paid for by Smart and Safe Florida, 1400 Village Square Boulevard, Suite 3, 321, Tallahassee, Florida, 32312.
It's always a good time for donuts, so indulge in Shipley Donuts. Fresh-made donuts in delicious flavors, from classic glazed to Oreo cookie-topped treats. Crafted from quality ingredients. Catering and online ordering available. Visit ShipleyDonuts.com. Now open in Orlando on South Cimarron Boulevard.
And now, another insurance story from...
Wow, I wonder how much all this costs. Shh. Well, it can't be cheap. Do we even have enough for our own you-know-what?
Honey, shh. I heard he bought final expense insurance through the Smart Bunny app.
The Smart Bunny app? Like on your phone? I know what an app is.
For the love of all things decent, be quiet.
Get up to $25,000 of lifelong coverage for funeral expenses, debts, and other needs for as little as $14 a month. And no medical exam is required. So hop on the Smart Bunny app now and grab some final expense insurance.
Honey, are you buying the insurance, like, right now?
Time is precious.
So true.
Shh. Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
iHeartRadio is live from Paris.
The Paris Olympics underway.
With NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. 24 hours a day, you can listen to live coverage of swimming, basketball, volleyball, gymnastics, and all your favorite sports. Plus, Team USA exclusive coverage from Paris. Bring the summer games with you from your phone to your car, on your Alexa, or wherever you listen. Open the free iHeart app now and enable push notifications for live updates from Paris. iHeartRadio, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out.
YouTube or Team Twitch. Watching this show when we're live, it's up at thenewsjunkie.com/live. Thenewsjunkie.com/live.
Your experiment from the other day.
It's too risky to put stuff on the Facebook page. Their creator tools are bad when it comes to copyright issues. And there's about 110,000 people that have followed the News Junkie on Facebook. Appreciate all of you. And I'd rather not risk the whole thing. But we do stream on YouTube, where they have some great creator tools, and on twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie, samesies over there. So if you want to check out the show, you could do that. I got a bunch of emails about the Bat Talk. Got a bunch of emails coming in about that. We'll get to that momentarily. But first, I want to get to this. A Las Vegas judge is allowing O.J. Simpson's estate to auction off some things. Now, are you on board? Would you want something? I'll tell you what I would buy, and it's not even O.J. Simpson's. I would buy Al Cowling's white Bronco. That's got to be worth money. That's cool.
Did O.J. have that?
I don't think so. I think Al Cowling's had it the whole time. That would be the good one. But he doesn't have that. He died in Las Vegas at 76 years old. His longtime attorney, Malcolm Laverne, was tasked with handling his trust and estate, and they're going to start an auction off here. In the auction, tell me if you would want these things. O.J. Simpson's Heisman Trophy. That's going to be a no from me.
That's a big item, I think.
Somebody will buy it.
Do they have starting bid or estimated? Nothing.
Not on the sheet that I have. They may have starting bids.
This is just like a potential list, I think.
Yeah. This is just like the run up to the auction being launched. O.J. Simpson's golf clubs. Golf was very important to OJ in his final days.
Twitter world.
People would yell murderer at him when he was on like the 9th hole and stuff, which is pretty funny. OJ Simpson's car, that's also going to be up for auction. I don't even think it's like attached to him in any way. It's not like the Knight Rider and Kit. It's just OJ Simpson in some car he was driving.
The weird thing, I'm reading this from WGN.
Gotta get John Voight's car.
And it says OJ Simpson's car and driver's license. Mm-hmm. Are you legally allowed to possess OJ Simpson's driver's license?
I guess so.
Expired.
I mean, I guess you could possess it, but as long as you aren't trying to like use it as a form of ID. But there's situations where if you're found, and they search your stuff and you find other people's driver's license in there, I think you get in trouble for that. But they're just going to auction it off?
I'm not sure because, I don't know, it would be weird. Like if I had OJ Simpson's license, it's not like I'm going to be using that as a fake identity. It's probably not going to work very well for me. But it is kind of a cool collectible, and they are auctioning it off, so maybe they're allowed to. So the rest of the stuff is going to be all things that he had in his house, unique and high-profile personal property through auction houses. Now, this money, so you feel a little bit better about it, isn't going to O.J. Simpson, obviously. He's dead. It's going to the families that he owes a whole bunch of money, as much as $117 million. So we'll see what they end up getting out of this.
They're not getting all that.
And they're going to pick an auction house, and they're going to move on from there.
Also, it says that his lawyer, Laverne, said that it was unclear if the Heisman Trophy was authentic.
Oh, okay.
So you're going to auction this off and go, we're not even sure if it's his real Heisman Trophy.
That would be weird.
It's a Heisman Trophy. I think he lost the Heisman Trophy in previous civil things.
Is that the one that he tried to rob back?
That's what I thought.
It was either that or some merchandise, some memorabilia that O.J. Simpson went to prison for, which was the dumbest thing in the world. Like, he didn't go to prison for brutally murdering people, and then he went to prison for trying to take back his own merch and like doing a sting operation whilst it was happening. So dumb. But is there anything morally wrong, you think? Just what does your gut say about if somebody famous for killing somebody else, if they die and they auction all their stuff off, buying one of those things?
No.
I don't think so either. Some people are very against what they call murderabilia.
Yeah, and I see that. Some people are really into murderabilia. And I think that especially in this case, your money is going towards the family of the victims. So it's not like you're a fan of the murderer, in spite of or to spite the victims.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, you're not buying this because you're like, yeah, OJ killed Nicole. Never was a big Nicole fan. It was just like, no, you're buying it because it's an interesting piece of memorabilia from a very storied, infamous person. And the kind of the side good deed is that some money is now going to the people who lost their family members all those years ago.
The true shame is that we're never going to hear the soundbite of you just saying, OJ killed Nicole, never been a huge Nicole fan, because you're not going to pull it on yourself. And that's the true shame in this show and in the world.
Sabrina could have done it.
And in the United States of America. That's the true problem we face.
I'm thinking of Jackson.
Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. And Luke emails, he says, about bats. Hey, Sean, bats are protected in Florida, and their maternity season lasts from April 16th to August 15th. During that period, we're prohibited from doing anything to remove the bats from their roosting areas. This is because baby bats have just been born and cannot fly yet. By August 15, all of the baby bats should be big enough to fly on their own, and their colonies can be moved. And then they squash them out one by one. Over to James.
I'm sorry. If I had bats in my own attic, and you told me I had to move out rather than have them moved because the babies... I would like you to.
I mean, what are they doing?
Kill those babies.
They're in. Whoa! I'll grab that. What are they doing, like, to your home if they end up nesting there? Are they eating at things, or they're just?
I don't think
hanging
they'll
out
be
till
eating
nighttime?
at things. The bat poop is probably not good.
Guano.
Yeah, they don't want the guano everywhere. That would be bad. They can carry some kind of diseases, I think, but I don't think they have to by default. And I think overall it's just like, I don't want a bat in my house.
No.
I want them outside. That's awesome. But inside, no, thank you. James emails tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Put out a flap of thin plastic sheet over a hole. Attach it at the top so they can push out of it at the bottom. Then flap it back and you can block re-entry. You can make a bat block yourself at home. This says James. I'm not going to try that because I've got no bat problems. But to the person who does, go for it and give that a shot.
He made that sound really simple, but I'd like to see a YouTube video on that in practice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I bet they're just as smart as the birds and everything else. All these other animals, you try to trap them, you try to get clever, and they get just as clever back. They know what they're doing. They're smarter than we give them credit for, I think. What do you think? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com on your Android, your iPhone, whatever you're on. You can go there and follow the directions to hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we return, final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Thursday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
All aboard for Real Yacht Rock Weekends. Every weekend this summer on Real Radio 104.1.
iHeartRadio Olympics Update.
There's controversy in women's boxing at the Olympics over an Algerian fighter who's competing despite failing gender eligibility tests. U.S. boxer Clarissa Shields wants a separate competition for transgender athletes.
Men should fight against men, women should fight against women, and transgender should fight against transgenders.
An Italian boxer quit her match against the Algerian today, saying she was badly hurt by her opponent's punches.
For NBC's live coverage from Paris, search Olympics on the free iHeartRadio app.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. A heat advisory is in effect for today. It'll feel like 110 this afternoon with the actual high temperature reaching 94. It'll be very humid. We've also got a 60% chance for an afternoon thunderstorm between 4 and 6 p.m. Any storms could be heavy with lots of lightning. In the tropics, we have a tropical system that may develop this weekend, producing heavy rain across the region as soon as Saturday night into Sunday. Stay with the Fox 35 Storm Team for the latest.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Do you have a mortgage and wondering if it's any good? A recent study showed that less than 20% of people compare the first mortgage quote they get. So don't be a slacker, my friends. Get out of that 20% window and get to work by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com. He can help you get peace of mind right there on his website. It's so easy to compare your quote with That Mortgage Guy Don. You go to thatmortgageguyDon.com, hit the button that says compare, upload your quote, and That Mortgage Guy Don will tell you if it's any good. Peace of mind right there at your fingertips by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way, literally clear the way for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E.
This is the sound of real people across Florida betting on sports. It's the sound of winning your bet, only on Hard Rock Bet. And if your first bet doesn't win, you get up to $100 back to try again. Hard Rock Bet is Florida's only legal sports book. Your home for betting hoops for any sport you choose. Download Hard Rock Bet now and get 2 shots at your first bet. Win, or you'll get up to $100 back as a bonus bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Devin Allman Project.
Live in concert. Saturday, October 12th, 7 p.m. The Tracy Performing Arts Center. On sale now, online at thetracy.com. Don't miss your chance to see Devin Allman Project live.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Erica Taylor, Chief Marketing Officer of Genentech, explains how audio is an ideal way for brands to tell their stories.
Everyone is listening somewhere, somehow. I think that there's something deep in all of us that enjoys listening to and telling stories. When I think about what we do here at Genentech, we do a lot to actually tell the broader story of our company and the legacy that we stand upon. 45 years marketing more than 40 medicines over that time period. And we celebrate that in story form, in audio format. It's a great way for people to learn more about what we offer and to be educated in an easy and convenient way.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all. Every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company. iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war in term life. Industry rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call for a free quote today. 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
It's Mattress Firm's semi-annual sale and clearance. Save up to 60% on a wide selection of quality mattresses at every price. Plus, score a free adjustable base with a qualifying purchase. Hurry and stop by Mattress Firm today.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
They're best friends. Unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the...
Make the cut. And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Thursday. And on the way out, a couple of quick things to note here. We're waiting to watch for, I think, Monday, when we officially will learn who Kamala Harris picks for her VP slot. Somebody saying that one of the folks who is on the list, Governor Shapiro, has canceled weekend fundraisers in the Hamptons. They say Shapiro's trip was planned several weeks ago and included...
been a big fundraiser.
Included several fundraisers for his own campaign committee. His schedule has changed, and he's no longer traveling to the Hamptons this weekend. Speculation is that maybe that's because he's going to be at an event, and Kamala Harris is going to pick him for the vice president. But that doesn't mean that's the case. It's just speculation at this point. Number two, I just watched, after Simone Biles won the all-around goal in women's gymnastics for the United States, I just watched like the end of her floor routine, and I continue to be stunned by the way these people can fling their bodies around.
Insane.
Through the air. Her floor routine, if you haven't seen it, like, it'll give you goosebumps. You need to watch it. You know how people listen to podcasts in like 1.5x or 2x? You need to watch it in like 0.5x so you can see what this human being is doing to their body.
And then land on their feet.
And you're not, the floor is a little bit bouncy, but you're not on a trampoline.
No, but
You're on
even
the
if I
ground.
was on a trampoline, I still couldn't flip like that.
No,
My
no.
body will net. This is not, it's not in my lifetime, I don't think.
I think
I'll never
it's
flip
incredible.
like
I think
that.
it's the vault for me that I need to see slowed down. And not just like watch it in 0.5.
So fast.
I need somebody there with a high-speed camera. And then when you actually do watch the footage like that, much like the picture of that surfer who looked like he was standing in midair, giving a thumbs up with his board right behind him, it looks not real.
Yeah, it does. Because what they're doing with their bodies is just unthinkable. They're flipping around in all these ways that you couldn't even imagine with seemingly the utmost ease, at least in Simone Biles' case. And she got herself another gold medal. So good for her. Good for the United States of America. Good for everybody involved. Now let's do these final dispatches. Here's I'm a PC talking about Olympic medals.
Okay, so you know how we have all these Olympic sports and how we're talking about Katie Ledecky getting 8 gold medals, and then you got Michael Phelps with all his medals.
Tying for the record.
And then the gymnasts with their medals. Do we know which sport has the most opportunity as a singular athlete to get the most medals? Because like Michael Phelps has a lot, and all is different strokes and different distances.
Yep.
Gymnastics, you got your own, and then you have teams, and then you have all the different skills in there.
It'd be the newer
Are those the
sports.
main ones that you can win multiple medals at, like on your own and as a
Those
team?
are the big ones. If you have Olympic swimming, there's a lot of different things one person could compete in. And in Olympic gymnastics, definitely the same thing, because you can win all around, you can win each of the individual events. I don't know for other sports. Some of them, I think you're just going to have your one. If you're like a water polo player and you're on the national water polo team, you just got to hope that you win. And I don't think there's like other opportunities to win medals there in that category. Here's Jabraxton with the first ever dispatch.
Hey, Jabraxton here.
Hey.
First time dispatcher. Calling to comment on the issues with the Olympic Games. Now, as for the boxers, I mean, if you have some rare genetic anomaly that may possibly give you an advantage, you shouldn't be able to compete. I mean, yeah, it sucks to say that you have to have that disorder, but you do. You shouldn't be able to compete because it gives you a competitive edge. Sorry, not sorry. Now, for the basketball, it is an Olympic sport. Competing for which country is better. Sorry that one country has taller male athletes that gives them a better edge, but they're better because they're taller.
See, that
sounds like a biological advantage.
Yeah, that to me seems like a bit hypocritical. Let's be real. The only reason anybody cares about this stuff in boxing is because it's boxing. It's because you're seeing a person get physically dominated with a fist, and it's a woman. And people don't want to see a woman getting punched by somebody that they say is a man. And then the physicality of that is what raises all of these red flags for everybody. But truthfully, the debate is about what is fair, what is not fair, and how can we make it so everybody can compete, but you don't have unfair advantages or are unfair advantages allowed. Like Michael Phelps, I think, had some sort of webbed thing. I don't know if it was on his hands or his toes or feet. He had incredibly long arms, and like the structure of his body was just very different. The physiology of Michael Phelps was different, and you probably could never beat him.
This is how X-Men started, guys.
It is, kind of.
Just kick the can down the road a little bit, and we're in X-Men territory.
We're so close. We are in X-Men territory. All right, the stories that didn't make the cut. A prisoner swap going down right now, including some people that were held by Russia, some journalists. Evan Gershkovich is one of them, who's a Wall Street Journal journalist, and several other people being released right now in a historic prisoner swap between the U.S. and Russians.
Was he a more recent person arrested in Russia? Because I remember when the Brittany Griner stuff was happening, there was some Marine, some guy that was like, what about me? Everyone's family was being real loud about that.
I think one of the journalists was during the Trump administration or when he was running.
I think this guy Evan had been in there for a while, as I recall, but I'm not sure. This happens all the time, unfortunately, and then it's all done for one of these trades, and now we're seeing one take place. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ.
So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Thursday, the 1st of August, 2024. Today I learned this guy.
Captain Planet.
That's right, Captain Planet. It was originally going to be voiced by Tom Cruise. He even recorded a few episodes of Captain Planet, but they never made it to air. I don't know why, but they just didn't want it. It went to a guy named David Coburn. He was the eventual voice of Captain Planet. Always like the bad guy, Captain, the oil tycoon, the like filthy fat
Always
rich
had a
guy.
tiny cigar. in his
Yeah,
mouth.
always chewing or smoking a cigar, and he's gross, and he's always trying to like knock over some oil into the ocean. So they learned in 1907 there was a performer by the name of Sober Sue. She appeared on stage at a theater. That theater offered $100 to anybody who could make Sober Sue laugh. People from the audience, professional comedians.
I thought the end of that was going to be drink. I thought it was like $100 if you could make a drink.
They all tried to make her laugh, but they failed. Later, it was found that it was impossible for her to laugh because her facial muscles were paralyzed.
Oh, come
what
on.
a good gimmick if you can do it. And today I learned this band right here.
Journey. Phil Collins. Come on.
Candle.
By the wind. In the wind.
Candle by the wind.
Candlestick.
Candlebox. Candlebox is correct. The band Candlebox is still together after 34 years. They put out an album as recently as August of last
Same voice
year.
effects as Phil Collins, are they not?
Calling the Long Goodbye. It sounds a little bit like him. I could see that. They broke up in 2000, but reunited in 2006, and they're still doing it. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you tomorrow, everyone.